commentary on this.
Still comes to the Raiders. All right, let's try it. Let's see if it pops up. I hit go live because I'm using the system, so maybe that pushed it. That did go from blue to green. I mean, blue to no, yeah, good. Okay, I had to manually push it. I think because it was scheduled for a later time. All right, let's go on the mic checks. Check.
Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2.
The mic's picking up great as we got just breathing. Mic check. Mic check.
I'm excited to see the pass.
It's fluid, man. Like the game is fluid. Yeah. I've been playing since Monday.
Nice.
The game is fluid. But that passing shit is the best.
They heard it's hard.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's gonna. You know the reason why I stopped playing Madden? Remember when they created that window
with flashlight like that?
No, when you had to drop back the pass and it had this little cone.
Yeah, I was like, second movement like that.
Man, yo, that I think.
Too hard.
Yep, and that was the last. That's when I stopped playing Madden.
You had to move that and throw it.
Yep, but this one reminds me of. That's why I told you I was going to be a mess because it's so much you have to process in like 2 seconds. So you have to drop back, press the meter. The meter got to get into the loop thing, and then you have to also read the coverage to figure out where to throw the ball. And then when you throw it, you have to figure out where you want to place it. And you got to do this like as soon as you have the ball. So once you throw it, you got to try to move it to where you want it to go. So if a guy's in front of you, you can throw it behind him, and then you gotta watch the ground because that's where the thing is at. It's just like, man, I ain't trying to do all that. It is a lot. So if I don't pick up on it soon, eventually I'll get it. But because I kind of play like that anyway, but I don't know how much of an impact that thing is gonna have on it. So, but I can tell you right now, I don't think
is it available if you order it early? Not tomorrow.
Yeah, depending on which version you get.
Come out tomorrow. I got the
Because I bought the advanced version. I bought the whatever they call it, deluxe.
Yeah,
so you get it 3 days early.
I thought that was tomorrow.
No, man, it's on your system now. You turn it on.
Oh, it's today? I bought it.
No, the regular version you get it Friday.
No, I'm saying I thought it was Wednesday when it came out. That came out today.
The 19th.
You right.
If you bought the standard edition, it drops on the 19th. If you bought the deluxe,
it'll come out the 16th.
Yeah, it's out now.
That's why people are talking.
Yep, that's why they on that PS4.
My PlayStation. What was the thing?
I did. I had them all, man.
Dreamcast. I got a game cast. I got the what is it? S series?
I got
you don't remember me, bro. That's your shit. S series, not the X, like the one that's
for QB Vision was racing.
Because Vince was so small, he used to say that all the time. He had slim ass like.
Yo, that's why I'll ask y'all, what's up with the audio? Let me know. We just did a mic check. Mic's ain't on?
Yeah, let us know if the mics is
you trying to get down these stairs?
Let us know if the mics is still
on. For real. All right. Hold on.
It is a lot of things. Are you watching the Iron Man shit too? Is this before you get the movie? Like, yeah, it's the same shit.
Tell me, hold on.
It's on. I would watch it. I was on.
100%. It starts like it's like the beginning of everything.
Oh yeah, facts. Yeah, I definitely watched.
Did you watch Rogue One? Star Wars shit.
The movie?
Yeah.
The one you told me to watch?
Yeah.
The first one?
The Rogue One?
Yeah, I got up to
Don't say you finished it if you got up 2.
Half. No, I'm saying that I watched the first one. I watched the second one. I got to like the third one.
Not the old
chronological.
School, not the old school shit.
I was watching them chronologically.
Yeah,
so
not the old school shit. I'm
one.
talking about the Rogue One.
The first one you told me to watch, I watched that one. That was good.
Oh, okay.
Because I watched the second one and finished that one. And then I got to the third one. I was like,
Mic check.
oh. I tapped out on that third one.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to tap into
Sound
Star
like we in
Trek.
an
You ever watch
aquarium?
that?
I've only watched the
Yeah, I just switched
the new ones. I ain't watched the old ones.
I may tap into that.
The old ones seem like I gotta watch a lot of shit to catch up with. All I know is that. All I know is that. What's his name?
Spock.
I know Spock and I know Professor X is a legend.
That's the one I want to watch.
In 2 games like Pee Wee Kirkland.
All right, check. I know y'all say you can hear everybody, so we good. So let's go ahead. We ain't gonna keep y'all waiting much longer. So we're gonna get started. FIFA will be on the way. So we're gonna get it going. This is the place where sports opinions collide. Dead in sports. I am your host, Kenneth B. Inch. Joining me on the show, we got Sheldon J. What's happening? We got Nick.
What's good, man?
We got Spike. Lou.
No.
And FIFA will be here soon, you know. So be on the lookout for him walking in front of the camera. Hopefully he makes it up on the stage fine.
You walk in front of the camera, give everybody that blocking the camera.
Right.
Be like, bro, just go take your seat.
Right.
If you late for class, just go ahead and take your seat.
People probably come in late. He sharpened the pencil.
Yeah, he make his presence known.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man. So for those of you that were early to class, you saw the title that said top 6 cornerbacks and defensive linemen. That has now been modified. It was a few of y'all to secondaries and defensive lines. I misunderstood the assignment, so that's why it read that way. But yeah, so that's why it changed for everybody that just popped up. Then you know it is what it is for you. But yeah, man, thanks for tuning in to what I'm aiming for this to be like the best late night sports talk show, like on YouTube and shit, fucking television.
Yes,
I think we could do that. I think we do that with you guys. So yeah, man, the way the show grows, man, is that you guys tell somebody, you know. So and I already see y'all talking about Spike's takes. So if y'all got somebody, man, just send them the video and be like, man, listen to this shit.
I got you.
Just listen to this shit.
Here all season, baby.
And then tell them to come every Tuesday at 9 p.m. just to hear live, so they won't have to get a clip. So we appreciate that, and thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. So yeah, without further ado, man, let's get into the show.
Before we get into everything, again, this is a football show, but we got a couple NBA stuff. You know what I'm saying? We got all around sports show.
The NBA has really surpassed the NFL as like a year-round sport. Let me get that out there.
So you starting already?
He is starting already.
That's blasphemous, first of all.
It is, man. People are always talking about the NBA. I don't prefer it or anything. I don't like it. I'm
people
just
ain't
noticing
really,
it.
Football took over this year a lot.
It's kind
of it was hard for people to really get into basketball until like deep into the playoffs. Because there was a lot of football shit. Like free agency football this year was crazy.
It was. Football was a lot more active than normal, but I just still feel like every day is some basketball shit.
Or is it just Kevin Durant shit?
Yeah. Football,
I mean, it is basketball related, but
it's just more noise than
we just talking about him.
Yeah.
But I didn't even have no Kevin Durant shit. I was just gonna ask a couple things. One was gonna be I don't think we talked about this since, or we acknowledged it. Bill Russell, who passed.
Oh man. Yeah.
The NBA will retire number 6 in honor of him on all 30 teams. I was asking out, is this a nice gesture or is it doing too much?
I think it's a nice gesture. I think it is. I think that he's one of the winningest players of all time. The record will never be broken. So get it, man. It's just due. Give him his props. Retire his number. Does that mean LeBron is not going to wear number 6 anymore?
No, they won't issue it anymore
after this.
Yeah,
I think if you're already wearing it, you can keep wearing it. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I think it's good. I think it's dope. I think Bill Russell played a big part, especially now that you're seeing as he died, stuff that he played in civil rights movements. So I think it's an important gesture that the NBA did, and I like it. I don't think it was too much.
But you can.
I mean, he went all in too. Like he really wanted equality.
Hey, caught you. It blindsided you. Didn't it?
He merging those lines.
Hey
He
man,
merging those lines,
he had a reason why he was fighting for equality so hard, bro. He wanted what was off limits to him.
Not once, but twice.
And he got it.
What you mean?
Had 2 white wives.
Really?
Yeah, his first wife was black. Then he
You didn't
married
know either?
2 white women.
Yeah, no.
His first wife was black?
No,
Yes.
the first one was black. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's all he could marry at the time.
Yeah. Before I mean, the check ain't came yet.
Y'all scared. Y'all scared.
Hey.
Y'all scared. You said he did it twice over?
Twice.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
He saw what the
Hey, he did twice over. That's the what they call that's the new 11. Hey, that's how many titles he won. What?
twice
sir.
over.
Oh man.
One
but-
twice over.
That number 6 jersey was in Ken's cart, and then he saw that jersey came right out the cart.
But
He almost bought it. It was in his cart.
it was in the
Yeah,
shopping
he
cart.
was like, let me do one more last research.
Headline popped up. Who is that with?
He saw too much. He saw too much milk in the cart.
He thought that was a caregiver.
Yeah, he said, this ain't chocolate milk.
here. Little snowy outside, man.
This ain't almond milk.
Man.
Oh, but anyway, but no, I think it's cool, man. He's always kind of been. I think that people have acknowledged him as having all these rings, but they never really fully respected the ring.
They never did. No one ever did. No one ever had Bill Russell as a top
Nope.
5 player on anybody's list.
Nah.
And this nigga won 11 times. Name me one person who's won double-digit titles that's not on a greatest list, top 5.
People talk about Bill Russell.
I didn't say talk about him. I said name me a list that has someone who has won double-digit titles that's not on a top 5 list.
Nobody.
In a sport that they don't have no asterisks by the titles, they say these are the titles. Out of all the 17 or 18 titles that the Celtics have, he's won 11 of those.
With that being said, name a person in the top 10 with the stats and the stuff that he did. Like, he's only there because he won. Not due to athleticism, not due to
Now you about to
stats.
shit on Bill Russell.
Defense.
No, I'm saying
He's known for
that's winning.
defense.
I'm not shitting on him. I'm saying he's in the top 10 because he won. Nick saying you ain't in the top 5 because what?
No, I'm saying like, why isn't he a top 5 basketball player? Why don't we say? Why don't
He
we
didn't
say?
put up numbers to be a top 5 player, but even without those numbers, he's in the top 10 because he won.
You can't win 11 times and not be significant.
And
Right.
he won 2 coaching, player coach.
He should be top 5. No one ever says he's top
I don't
5.
think he's top 5 though.
Yeah, but the fact he won, it's
Like-
so weird how
Like
they
Brady,
do this.
no one's ever saying like. Sorry to cut you off.
No,
Ken.
you
Let me
good.
say- but like Brady, right? Brady's known as the winningest QB, whatever the fuck.
Right.
He's not known as the most athletic. He's not known as the most whatever the fuck. Does he have stats? Yeah, but he's still not the. If someone was saying like, who would you pick to win a game? You may say Brady because of accolades. But when you're talking about just QBs in general, if you have any pick, you picking a bunch of QBs before you pick Brady.
Hell no. I'm
Or a
saying
handful.
Brady
a
number one.
handful. I shouldn't say a bunch. You should pick a
To win one game, Brady.
You ain't picking Mahomes?
No. You saying a 40-year-old Brady though? Like if we're talking about period, if I got
Period
one
in
quarterback,
NFL history.
one quarterback in their prime,
In NFL history.
Tom Brady.
He said NFL history.
I said NFL history, bro, because when we talking about these top 5s, it's talking about the history of the game.
Tom Brady.
You picking Tom Brady
Thomas Demetrius Brady.
over John Elway,
Yes.
over
Yes.
Montana.
Tom Brady.
Montana.
Yes, Tom Brady been to 8
Tom
Super
Brady's
Bowls.
doing
What we talking about?
Hell.
Tom
no.
Brady has done it
Hell
every
no.
year.
I'm not.
So okay, so you're saying that
Miami-
Without
necessary. Tom
Belichick too.
Brady
Like
got
what
done.
we talking
okay,
about?
okay, so you're saying that because of how much he won, right?
Yeah.
All right, what does he do that's great
Win.
outside of that?
What else do you got to do?
No,
as
I'm not saying
quarterback?
outside. I'm just saying like, what does he do? What does he do as far as how does he impact the game?
Accurate. The 28-3 comeback against the Falcons is a perfect example of why I would take him because you're never out of the game. I think he's always prepared. Even
you don't give partial credit to Belichick on that for calling
Belichick didn't coach offense. Like he didn't
He
call those
coached
plays.
defense, though, for 28-3.
Yeah, that 28-3 don't
It
happen
wasn't
without.
all Tom Brady. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that. I'm saying
That's
Tom
overrated.
Brady is probably the only quarterback that brings them back from 28-3. It may have been the perfect storm with Belichick, and he may have been the only coach that's able to do it. That perfect match together. However, you're not doing that without Tom Brady.
So then why are you not saying, oh, Bill Russell should be in there because of winning?
I ain't see it.
Oh, okay. All right, let's move on to the next question.
I mean, what other better? I
You
didn't
good,
see
man?
it.
You ain't gotta say nothing else to
didn't see
me.
it.
I ain't gotta say
see
nothing else to me. So if you ain't seen it, they have.
But yeah, I don't think you can put Bill Russell there simply because that skill set doesn't translate to any era as to where Tom Brady would win in any era doing what he does. Bill Russell was what we talking 11, 10, and 7. That's great. However, today is what's that? Draymond Green.
But that's what he averaged.
The thing about those titles is that they never give Bill the credit. They always say it was those great Celtic teams.
Right.
And he's never looked at as like the man that was responsible
dog.
for those titles. So it's kind of weird how the whole thing about titles work because we're like, oh, Jordan has 6, but, he's undefeated. Therefore, he's the GOAT.
Right.
Brady can lose all these Super Bowls, but he has more than Montana, who's undefeated. Therefore, Brady's the GOAT. The logic that people do to make shit fits what they wanted to fit is crazy to me. So going back to the titles thing, it's the same thing with Bill Russell. If we want to talk about titles, we're like, well, Bill Russell had 11. Why isn't he better than everybody else? And then that's when people have to do these exercises in their head to make it make sense.
Literally, the only time where titles don't matter is when it comes to dealing with a black man who won the most titles out of everybody in the world. That's literally the only time. And that's the only time that titles don't matter.
And he averaged 15, 22.
Because
22.
Yeah, 22 rebounds.
Shit.
So I guarantee you, if that was Wayne Gretzky who won 11 titles.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga will be on the face.
Bro, what's the white boy that only had one title? The white guy,
Jerry West, the local
center, broke his foot.
Oh, Bill Walton.
Bill, if that was fucking Bill Walton.
Oh yeah, they already hype him up.
Oh my God,
Bill Walton was good for 3 years.
If that was Bill
Somebody
Walton,
said in the chat, and this is true too. What hurt Bill Russell more than anything was Wilt Chamberlain. The fact that Wilt Chamberlain was doing all he was doing, so it kind of.
But he still won.
And
he
basketball
won,
is
but I'm just saying
it's more skill set than team based as far as winning, right? Like
no, it's all team based.
Really?
That's B. Bill come here to the Detroit business. It's all team based. Ain't got shit to do with skill set. It's about who you put together.
When you start building out those lists, though, you start looking at skill set more so, I feel like, than any other sport. Like, if I'm building out the list, like, top 5, the reason that Bill Russell isn't on there, I think, is because he can't do what Jordan, LeBron, and Wilt Chamberlain can do. He won. He went out and did it on the court. He had the intangibles, and that translated to 11 titles, which is legendary, as we're talking about, but still, from a skill set standpoint, he couldn't do what Wilt Chamberlain did. Right? So I think in basketball that matters when you start listening to players. Like the reason that Kevin Durant is going to be so high up because it ain't a lot of people in history that were able to do what he did skill-wise. I think Bill Russell's skill rise is just more bland.
22 rebounds ain't bland.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
I just don't think he get the respect
of all time.
I'm not shitting on Bill Russell though. I'm
definitely
not shitting on Bill Russell.
B, I just wanted to acknowledge that. The next thing, did y'all hear the comments that Giannis made recently? Giannis was asked about, some reason asked about the Bulls and would he ever be like, has he ever been interested in playing for him or would he ever be interested in playing for him? And his comments were like down the line maybe, but right now I'm committed to Milwaukee. And he said that because he was like, I mean, of course the organization is legendary. If the greatest player, if not one of the greatest players, if not the greatest player, play for it. Of course, anybody would love to play in Chicago, but I'm committed to Milwaukee. But it was weird the fact that he said maybe down the road, but right now, I'm here.
Well, I mean, his job's done in Milwaukee, so he got him a title.
So he basically like LeBron, he's just being there.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm good. Like, you want to definitely leave your options open. And he didn't want to pull a Kyrie. Remember Kyrie said that shit? Yeah, Boston ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, I'll be here.
And then he dipped.
As long as you want me.
Mm-hmm. Right. So you always have to leave yourself some wiggle room and an escape route. That's why Jordan would never say he's 100% done, with the NBA at the time. He was like, what was the phrase? 99.9%? Something done. Because if he came back, it was like, well, I didn't say it was 100. But I think that's what he was doing. Why would he want to go to Chicago is the question.
Yeah.
That I would like to
Shit, ask FIFO. People be talking about Chicago like they the next best thing. they won Giannis away.
So you put
Like the
Caruso.
other 29 teams.
What was the context? Why would they even ask him that though?
It was I guess it was just hold on, let me look up the story. But from what I took from it, it was just like I don't know if he's even up for his deal yet. Cause he just re-signed like what? The year before, the year of.
Okay, it was
Didn't they sign his other brother too?
It was a local affiliate in Chicago. He was trying to get something done for his charity event, so he's just placating to the crowd. Yeah, maybe one day donate to my cause.
They're gonna always sign his brother to
They
keep
signed his
Giannis.
other brother.
Yeah, to keep Giannis.
They signed the other one? They got
both
two of them?
Yeah, they got two of the brothers now.
If you want to keep Giannis, I'll sign,
I'll sign
him too.
whoever you want to.
Yeah, y'all sit down there.
Yeah.
I'll sign one of them alphabet boys.
They'll sign Shelton. The Shelton was good.
Your dad want to coach? He can come in too. We got a spot for him.
You got a spot for everybody.
Yeah.
And last two questions I got for y'all. I don't know if y'all seen the schedule, but the NBA Christmas games came out, or at least what's possibly slated. I wanted to get y'all best and worst Christmas game they got. I'll go first. The best games, I was tied. For me, obviously, I think the number one game on Christmas Day should be Golden State versus Memphis. The next one I would have, obviously, is the Knicks versus Philly. The worst game,
You a joker.
the worst game that I see on this list is Denver versus Phoenix. It's the most useless game because none of them teams going to ever win.
Denver versus Phoenix is
Denver
more
versus-
useless than Philly. And the Knicks,
More useless.
the Knicks,
The Knicks might be good this year.
Knicks gonna be top 6
I couldn't
seed.
even get it out.
Knicks gonna be top 6 seed.
oh my God.
I want to see Boston and Milwaukee. I want to see how Milwaukee reclaims the throne. I want to see if Boston makes that move with Jaylen Brown and getting Durant there. I definitely think at that point of the year in the NBA season, that's going to be a big dog matchup. So that's my best. My worst. That's the
Denver Phoenix.
Mavericks and the Lakers.
Oh my God.
I don't want to see that.
Nah.
My,
Luka versus LeBron.
Who knows if LeBron's even going to be playing?
LeBron's gonna play Christmas Day.
Right,
They play prime
chilling.
time.
AD ain't playing.
AD
won't play.
Street
AD
clothes
is
going to
not
be hurt.
Russell
we
will
don't know
be
if
there.
Street clothes going to be there.
Russell will be there.
Maybe. We don't know if they're going to be done bought him out by
It could be Kyrie and LeBron too.
And again, the Mavericks may have hit their ceiling. We don't know if they gonna be good. Like, nah, that's gonna be one of those.
That's good.
That's
bro.
gonna be one of those. Like, man, we wish we could have rescheduled this and got in one of the what's it called? Where you swap out the games.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah,
flex.
yeah.
It should have been
the
a flex game.
The flex.
Yeah.
I was asking FIFA.
Oh, it is Odyssey, man. That just happened.
How?
What happened?
No, that's because it's like, yeah, it's probably just the screen. That's how I look on here.
Nah, you look fine there. My bad, I'm over here
Oh, yeah, okay.
the ruckus as soon as
I was asking which best Christmas Day game, worst Christmas Day game from this year's list.
I didn't even see it.
You didn't
Tell me
see
the
it?
list.
There's Golden State versus Memphis, the Knicks versus 76ers, Denver versus Phoenix,
Knicks versus 76ers.
at Philly, I believe.
It don't even matter where it's at.
Actually, it should be at Madison
matter
Square. It's
where
usually
it's
always
at.
Madison Square.
It should be Madison.
Yeah, it's at
Square on
Madison
Christmas.
Square. Yeah.
It's gonna be
That
Christmas,
should be
yeah.
fire, yeah.
So Denver versus Phoenix. There's Dallas versus the Lakers and Boston versus Milwaukee.
Boston versus Milwaukee.
Best.
No. That was the last one you said. To me, give me Golden State, Memphis.
That's best.
That's the best one because it's the newest of the rivalries, and it's kind of like you have. I can't call Memphis a dynasty because they ain't win shit yet, but they're the team that's on the up and up. I think they're the youngest team that strikes the most fear in the other veteran team's heart. And for Golden State to win, for them to have that back and forth, that's the one. All the other ones is okay. Boston, Milwaukee's cool. We'll see how Boston looks, before the start of the season. But just as constructed as of right now, give me Memphis, Golden State.
What's the worst one on the list?
Lakers, Dallas.
Wow.
Why?
I told you.
Because
Luka versus Braun.
because here's
Who
the
knows if that's
thing. Exactly. We don't know what the hell that Laker roster is going to look
But
like.
it's still Lucas versus Braun.
But
maybe.
still, though, bro, both of those teams could potentially be under 500 by Christmas. potentially. Like as great as Luka is, and you know I give Luka his respect on this show. What
is he without Jalen Brunson?
No. What is he with the rest of that roster?
Brunson.
He's been great enough to really just pull whatever's on the roster to playoff appearances. Now he finally got past the first round, but it's only MJ that scored more points in their playoff. First 5 seasons or whatever, however long Luka's been in the playoffs now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Luka's good. Yeah, LeBron is good. But let's be real, like the rest of the squads matter.
Facts.
And both of those squads, those are the weakest squads on that whole list you gave.
I totally disagree.
That's cool.
And I disagree because you got the Knicks on here. And once again, you could take the Lakers G League affiliate and feel a better team than this Knicks team.
That's not true.
Yeah, this Knicks team.
This Knicks gonna be a top 6. It's gonna be better. It's gonna be better than
What if
top 6 team?
What if Cam
you
is
love
good?
giving Hennessy. You must have a Hennessy
Cam.
sponsorship.
Cam who?
What's the boy name
Reddish?
from Duke? Yeah.
Cam Reddish and RJ Barrett.
Yeah, what if they good?
What if they are?
Yeah.
Then this is gonna be the same thing. That is all.
No,
We
it's
know
not.
Obi Toppin is not.
I think the lure of the Knicks potentially being good is always good for the NBA. That's why
They're a
they
big
throw
market
them on
franchise.
Christmas
They're
Day.
it's
Yeah, we
money
just talked
and
about how
That's
valuable the franchises were
That's
before we
it.
cut on.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good lure for the NBA. I like it.
But we talking about games. As far as watching the game, the quality of that game is gonna be awful.
Y'all gonna be hating until y'all see it.
James Harden dribbling against. You might as well play 1-on-1 with James Harden and what's your boy name? I can't
Brunson
think.
got
Brunson
something to prove.
gonna
He gonna
go
make a
off.
name for himself.
Brunson ain't gonna get the
Brunson
ball.
going off for
50.
30 piece.
What's-
Brunson going for 50 on Christmas Day.
What's the big dude's name?
Cool.
They went to Kentucky.
Mitchell
No,
Robinson.
no.
Joel
no,
Embiid?
No, with the Knicks.
Mitchell Robinson.
No, the four.
Julius Randle?
Julius Randle.
Oh.
That's what I was trying to think of. Julius Randle and
They gonna go off for 30 both. Inside out.
Jalen
game.
Brunson ain't gonna get the
It's gonna
ball.
be-
He's not
it's
gonna
gonna be-
pass
it's
the ball.
gonna be
to
inside
him.
out.
So what RJ
It's
gonna
gonna be
do?
inside. You seen that Disney movie Inside Out?
What RJ gonna
That's
do?
what's gonna be.
3-and-D. Spot up in the corner and
Man,
play.
RJ gonna shoot that thing. If it
RJ gonna Last time he was on
RJ
Christmas
ready,
Day,
y'all.
he ready, bro.
If
RJ might average 25 a game this year.
25 shots. If the ball come close to his hand, he's shooting that thing. RJ don't do
I
nothing
think they
else.
believe in RJ Barrett, man. I think the Knicks
RJ believe in RJ Barrett.
I don't believe in RJ Barrett either.
Everybody in
I
his
never believed in
what
RJ Barrett.
always stands out is the people in his class respect the shit out of him though. That's what always why I hold
Man,
that
listen,
little bit out for him because they
here's
like
the
we love him. They the
Because
one
he's a
gave him
dog.
all the nicknames and shit.
But I give him that he's a dog, right? But all dogs ain't the biggest dog in the yard.
okay,
And I think that's the problem.
you
with
think
him.
he was a dog on that level, but he ain't gonna be a dog here.
Even on the NBA level, I think he could be a prominent scorer.
That's it.
But that's it. Like, there's no other facets of his game that really wow me at all. It's not the athletic
That's
ability,
what-
very mediocre.
Right.
Dribbling ability, very mediocre. Passing ability,
He don't pass the ball.
He do pass.
However, what y'all are saying though, that's what the Knicks need. If we can get him to be that, and Jalen Brunson can be a playmaker / scorer, and you can give us the toughness.
So what's
but
Julius
who's
Randle
the
gonna
elite
have the ball?
If Julius Randle could give us the toughness in 15, 16, and
Who's
12,
the
It's
elite
an overall squad, bro.
Who's the elite talent?
It's an overall squad.
Don't win
Ask B.
I think it
Ask
comes
B
in-
that question
Wait,
that you
wait,
just
wait,
saying to me.
Overall
Ask B
teams-
ask B that
overall
question. And they
teams
took
don't
out the
win
Lakers
championships
too,
like
did they not?
Who?
Rasheed Wallace was an elite talent.
Yeah, he was.
Chauncey
Richard Hamilton,
Billups.
Chauncey Billups. That
Those
was a
were
good team.
elite
They understood
talents.
their roles. These Knicks players,
That was a better
they all
team.
want
That was a better
Was,
team.
was Chauncey Billups a
But-
top 5 point guard at
At
the
that
time?
time, yes.
This
Yes.
is a more. This is.
We gotta
Big
go.
shot.
We gotta go.
Big
I know he
shot.
was Mr. Big Shot. I don't mean he top 5 at the time.
And then
y'all may be gassy.
Man,
Y'all going.
all those
Yeah.
guys understood.
He was
and
not
played their
top 5
roles
at that
so
time, was he?
Tayshaun
No.
Prince defended
Top
they-
5 what?
Point guard.
It's debatable.
I want to know the list.
Didn't nobody wanna
because
see him.
that team, no one picked that team to beat the Lakers in 5.
No, they didn't. But that team wasn't to be fucked with either, though.
I know
That was
defensively
like-
they were great. They were great. That's what I'm saying. It
No,
was a piece.
period. Like it was just everything.
It was everything that
matched
went
and
together. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's all the Knicks need.
Yeah.
But yeah, the best.
But this ain't a
game-
Knicks conversation.
Yeah, I was gonna say the best game by far gonna be that Warriors and
Yeah, I think everybody looking for Golden
Memphis
State.
game. And the fact being they've been talking all this trash, you've been getting all this stuff back and forth on
That
Twitter.
got to be the last game of the
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
night.
it is.
Or like the
It
8 o'clock
is.
game.
It's the
or whatever.
10:30 game, I think, which is
Well, it can't be 10:30. The 10:30 is the Lakers.
it is. I thought
Dallas.
it was that game.
I'm saying I'd rather that be prime time.
Primetime game is what it
Then,
should
yeah.
be.
Should
be like the
But yeah,
8-9
that's gonna be must see TV because they're playing for more than just a game. It's more than just let's get out there and run. And it's gonna be like I'm going at you. Both those teams got, like I said, they got internal stuff going on. So,
All right. So
hey, did you see real quick? Did y'all see where Draymond compared Ja to himself? And it
In what
actually
way?
made sense. He was saying like,
Controlling the game.
yeah, control the game. He's a dog. He'll do anything to win. A lot of the things he was first when they said it, everybody was like, nah. He said, I'm not talking about
Game.
Game, yeah. He's saying with his approach to the game and all that stuff. And Ja was like, mad respect to that 100. I agree with you.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool to see.
Well, better be careful, man. Bron did this for years, softening people up in the offseason and giving
Yeah.
them credit and shit like that, man. Don't fall for it.
Nah, but I think Ja's cut from a different cloth.
He is.
You know what I'm saying? Like that man could have played in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. It didn't matter. If you hooping, you put Ja in that court, he gonna be one of the best dudes out there. Here's the thing. Draymond earlier in the season gave a lot of credit to Ja as well. I think he was. I don't think it was his own podcast. It may have been JJ's podcast. I don't know. I just remember seeing Draymond talking about players that control the game, like LeBron, Luka, Ja himself, where, especially in Draymond's case, it's not about the numbers. And when we watch the games, that's why, like, when I hear he get 4 points a game, yeah, but all of the shit that he does that does not come up on the box score, bro, is so integral to that team. And the only way that you can articulate it is by literally watching it with somebody that's a non-believer and pointing it out. Oh, you saw that right there?
I feel like we making a mountain out of molehill when we say shit like that. Because let's keep it a full bean. Draymond Green was mostly irrelevant for that NBA
Let's keep it a
Finals.
full beam. Without Draymond, they don't win a championship.
I said mostly irrelevant. I didn't say he was completely irrelevant. Mostly irrelevant.
I'm just talking beans, my nigga. Beans only come 100.
No, I'm saying like he was getting cooked on defense, was he not?
Okay.
Okay, and then what is he known for?
Okay.
Defense.
And then what was he giving out offensively? What you just say? What was it? Can you repeat the stat line?
He got benched.
One game.
But I'm just saying, repeat his stat line.
Oh, I don't know what the stat line was.
Yeah, it was what Barkley call them triple singles. Yeah,
I don't think that take away from the statement.
I'm not. All I'm saying is that
That don't
his
take away.
impact is more heart and soul.
No.
Nah, it's knowledge of the game is where
He more Rudy than Rudy Gobert.
nah. He's smart.
I'm just saying, at this point in his career.
No.
Here go one of the things where you was talking about with white and black. If Draymond was a white dude playing like that, they'd be crediting how smart he was. Draymond, one of the smartest basketball players in the league, and you just gloss over it.
I'm not
It
saying
it brings a lot to it.
I'm not saying his impact up until like his throughout the Golden State Warriors history, he is going to be a focal point. He should.
Right.
It should be. Honestly, it should be a trio of statues: him,
Right.
Steph, and Clay.
Okay.
But Draymond is more so at this point in his career. I would even say the last 2-3 years since Clay went out in that finals. Draymond has been more of a shell of himself. He's been more presence on the. He's like when Ray Lewis got. Remember when Ray Lewis had the bionic arms that last Super Bowl run?
Just a
and it was
character.
like Ray Lewis is here.
Yeah.
But Ray Lewis is
ain't
gone.
Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis been gone. You know what I'm saying? That's what he is.
Nah,
and they won a
disagree.
title.
I disagree. I 1,000,000% disagree. We just watched it. What Draymond does, I'm gonna tell you my favorite thing that he does: dribble handoffs. He is the most elite big in the NBA at dribble handoffs, and it's such a simple.
You consider that an elite talent?
Yes.
Yeah, put you in a position,
Yeah,
get Curry
yes.
open.
He's
Like that's how
always in
Curry
the right
getting open
place.
for them
And
30
he always
feet.
gets them in the
Yes.
right position.
It's just like what you were just asking about with Bill Russell, though. It's the small things like what Draymond did.
Don't bring up Bill Russell like you
It's
respect
small.
Bill Russell now.
I
But
be
this
killing
nigga was
Russell.
talking hella mad
Oh, he
cash
killed
shit.
Bill Russell.
Bro, he was saying Bill Russell ain't shit.
Y'all are full of shit. I ain't
Bruh.
saying that. I was giving him props. I was just
Bro, you said
pointing out
them,
the
them
reasons.
Cracker Jack rings he got.
Hey man, when you cross the line like that, that's what happens when you step over the gun line. But however, I think it's the same same thing what we talking about with Draymond. It's really hard to put into context, and you won't have him on any top 10 list at the end of his tenure. However, the impact that he brings to the game with his smarts, his defense, the skill level, putting people in positions with dribble handoffs, it ain't 5 players in the league better than him.
Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this too, Figo. Bill Russell, Draymond Green.
Same thing.
Same thing?
Yeah.
What do you mean same thing?
Just more wins on Bill Russell's side.
What do you mean same thing?
Like impact player wise.
Nah. Bill Russell's
Russell's greater.
Yeah.
You said, you heard what he said.
Yeah. The difference between Draymond and Bill Russell is that they relied on Bill Russell to get buckets. Like, he had to. If Draymond scored 0 points, they could win. Bill Russell scored 0 points, they get blown the hell out.
Right.
And I didn't even watch Bill Russell like that. But the little bit of highlights that we see, who else looked like him out there? 6'11", grabbing rebounds, going coast to coast, jumping over folk? Nobody in that time frame was doing that type of stuff. The only other dominant player like that, physically dominant, was Wilt Chamberlain. So, of course, Bill Russell was relied upon getting them 20 fucking rebounds and 18 points. If Draymond scores 4 points, it don't
For his
matter.
career,
He's the only
that's
person
crazy.
on the team that could jump. So, of course, he had to get 22.
Yeah,
That's disrespect.
Yeah, there's some truth to that. But in terms of like, there was more weight on Bill Russell's shoulders to win than there is on Draymond's shoulders. Draymond has a better squad.
I'm not gonna poo-poo Draymond. I'm just saying, like, right now, like, because we saw what it was like with Steph and Draymond when trying to get to the playoffs when they was in the play-in. So that's all I would say. But this is the NFL show. This is an NFL show. Let's move on. Before we get into our big list, we got about 2 more questions. First one being, have y'all been listening to the news lately about the Pats, the Patriots, Belichick, no offensive coordinator.
Play calling.
He running all this. What are y'all expectations for the Pats this season with Belichick running everything? Do they make the playoffs? With the revamped Miami,
I don't think so.
with a well, I would say the Jets are out now, especially with Zach Wilson hurt.
Well, they were out before Zach Wilson.
I'm just saying, it's like Manny ain't got no leg to stand on, and neither does Zach Wilson.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the Jets is out, but it's Miami, Bills, Pats. Are the Pats one of the 7 teams that come out of the AFC in the playoffs?
You have to give credit where credit is due. The man has had success his whole career, so you got to give.
Who
Belichick,
you talking about?
Belichick.
Matt Jones or Belichick?
Belichick.
Matt Jones.
You got to give Belichick his props for that. But from my understanding, there's a lot of like confusion in the camp as to what's what. He says that there's no competition for the coordinator job. You had Matt Patricia calling one half. I forgot the other coordinator.
Joe Judge.
Well, Joe Judge calling the second half. There's no continuity for the quarterback, and when you come back in a situation like that, Bill's called defense his whole career. So now he's going to be managing the whole game. What's that going to look like for your quarterback? Your quarterback doesn't have that guy. You know what I'm saying? So that
You saying losing Josh McDaniels was a big loss?
huge loss because he was a play caller. He was a mentor. He made Mac Jones look like Mac Jones.
Especially in that game against the Bills when he only threw 2 passes.
Well, that was when things started changing, and that was when I don't know what happened to make them get to
Bill
that.
Belichick will do that for the first 4 weeks. Y'all know how he does in the beginning of the season. I don't think it's a big. I think it's more of the same from the Patriots. Like this, even if they do have a play caller, they are clouded as far as the stuff that they let out to the media. They always trying to be shifty in what they say. There's a clause in Matt Patricia's contract from the Lions saying if he's named the coordinator, then the Lions don't have to pay him. So they're trying to avoid that. I just think that this is just something that Belichick want people to talk about to distract away from they may be just mid. And until about week 4, week 5, when they usually get their shit together, then they'll have something else to talk about. But this is just more the same from the Patriots. They're going to come out like they always do. They may go 2-2, 2-3. People will still be talking about the coordinator job. Then they'll get it and they'll take off and they go into the playoffs. That's what the Patriots do. I think Belichick is that good.
Especially even in this year with the division of
I don't believe
Miami
the Dolphins are good.
Okay.
So I don't think that the Jets are good, obviously. Buffalo, I mean, I haven't looked at the schedule. I don't know when they have to go to New England, but I'm not sure how late in the season it is. If it's late in the season, I give New England a shot to win at home against Buffalo. So yeah, I think that maybe they won't win the division, but wild card always. Matt Jones is proving he's decent at best. Belichick, a hell of a defensive coach. They always going to be in the run. I think this is just much to do about nothing. Even if we wouldn't know who was calling the plays any other situation, I don't think. Like, I just think it's much to do about nothing.
But like I said, that synergy between coach and player, especially when you're dealing with a young quarterback. This is a second-year quarterback, second full year in the league. That synergy is so important, especially when you got new wideouts, and we know New England don't have the best wideouts in the world.
You know who they paying the most for that position out of anybody in the NFL? They got the most.
Patriots?
They payroll,
and that's crazy.
They paying the most wide receivers with that lineup.
That's crazy. 'Cause we can't even name their number 2.
Yeah, and I think they also paying the most in tight ends too.
Well,
Tyreek
tight ends,
Hill
I get
just-
it because they signed 2 in free agency, but wide receiving core, how when Tyreek got the
Just
bag,
got that big
Devontae
bag.
got
No, I'm
the
saying
bag.
like as far as in total, like for all their, I think in total.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I mean, think about Jalen Waddle's still on a rookie deal. Who else they got? Most of the people they got is rookie deal
even
outside
know
of
them is-
Tyreek.
And you saying they're paying the highest? Or
Yeah,
they're paying-
Devontae Parker, Nelson Aguilar. Who else?
These guys probably got Cousins
Kendrick
still on
Bourne
the payroll.
and Taquan Thornton.
Well, remember Devontae Parker got traded from the Dolphins, so he already had a contract.
he makes
so they
like
assumed that.
Jacoby Myers. So they got a few names, but
Devontae
none
Walker.
of them.
Ken, what do you
none
think?
of those. Number 1.
They making the playoffs. Yeah, they're gonna make. Bill gonna find a way. You know how well they're gonna do. I don't know. That's not the question.
Yeah.
But Bill's gonna find a way. I think they'll make the playoffs.
That's my thing. Like, and I want to go back to you one more time. Is like, why are people questioning Bill so much after Brady?
That's a great question.
Because it makes it seem like, all right, if you think he can't win a title, that's fine. But don't act like this nigga
Right,
can't
like,
win
come
a
on, bro. We talking
division
about
that he's owned for 20
10,
plus
11
years.
games against the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Bills. Like, come on, bro. He can put that. He can string that together. I just again feel like the offensive coordinator shit is a farce. I feel like Matt Patricia's calling the plays. Bill Belichick don't want to pay him the money that he got to pay him. So we just put that out here in the media.
And I think that's a really good point. I didn't even think about that, especially considering all the things that's going on with the Lions, right? That this could be just a distraction, just like this is what's going on here, and we're not going to have one. But we know how the Patriots and the New England organization get down. They'll find ways around shit.
Skirt shit.
And this is probably them doing that same shit, so they won't have to pay that money.
And the Lions are notorious cheapskates. They tried to come out to Calvin Johnson for his money when he retired. They did it to Barry Sanders.
That was fucked up.
They did to Barry
That
Sanders.
was
So
fucked
if
up.
they figure out, oh well, we ain't got to pay him, we ain't paying him. So,
But here's the thing though, and this is truly my personal sentiment. I think sometimes when you've been good at what you do for so long, you can outthink yourself. And I think that's what we're seeing. I think we're seeing Bill Belichick trying to be too smart for his own good. Because in the main, like if you had Tom Brady, this would be irrelevant. It's fucking Tom Brady. I could call plays and Tom Brady would go damn near win a Super Bowl. Right? It's Tom Brady. But he's a young quarterback. There's something about continuity, scheme, and how we're going to do something to build that young quarterback's foundation up, right? Like right now, Russell Wilson, after the foundation that he had in Seattle, he can go anywhere and be successful. He's Russell Wilson. He's a brand name now. This guy from Bama, a year removed from college, is not a brand name yet.
I think the Patriot Way is though, and I think that's what we're being misled about.
But the Patriot Way is losing its way. I think we have to.
Where?
I don't agree with that at all.
How's it
We have
moving
to
this way?
question:
Coordinators
was it
have
more
left
Tom
before.
Brady or the Patriots?
We don't have
I
to question
question
that.
that.
Question
Why
that.
would you question that?
Yeah, like what?
We don't have to
what-
question that. Why do we need
I'll
to?
just ask, why would you question that?
Why would I? Because let's look at shit. Even when Tom Brady was there, has Bill Belichick drafted a decent wide receiver?
No.
Outside of cornerback and linebacker, what else decent in the last 5
Them not
years?
drafting a decent wide receiver in him and all those roster things that were going on were part of the Patriot Way.
Okay, but in the last 3 years of Tom Brady's career in New England, did they win anything?
Yeah. The last 3 years?
The last 3?
Yeah. Only the one last year was shitball.
They
year before,
lost
then the 2 years
to the
before that-
Titans, and then the year before that, then they won the
So
Super Bowl.
they went to the Super Bowl like at least
Yeah,
once or
the two
twice
of the
in the
last
last
3
years.
years.
Yeah.
No.
I believe so.
I need fact
The
check
last
on that.
season is the
I need
one that
fact check
everybody
on
was
that.
like, "Damn, Tom Brady lost to Ryan Tannehill."
Right,
at home.
in the playoffs to the Titans.
Look, at the end of the day, there's only but so much that you can overcome. And what I'm saying is I don't care what organization you are, it's predicated on talent.
Yeah, but we're talking about going from an elite quarterback to a second-year quarterback.
So then
of course, there's going to be a drop-off in production and talent.
So why in the hell are you going to go get a defensive coordinator to call plays? What
He's
type
been
of
there
sense does
before.
that
He's
make?
familiar. So what you're saying about the process and the familiarity and someone who's been here who can adjust to what I'm doing. Matt Patricia was, I mean, as successful as you can be with the Lions.
We're talking about defensive coordinator.
Matt Patricia not a bad. I mean, I feel like Bill Belichick is looking at it like, now we don't know if he's wrong or if he's right here.
Okay.
The guy worked for me before. He knows what I want done.
He just giving him a job.
Right,
He's
here's
just
the
looking
job.
out for his boy.
Look. I'm gonna try to put this in context. Hopefully, everybody can catch it.
Okay.
There's certain coaches that are great at what they do, and sometimes when you give them more responsibility, they suck. Marty Schottenheimer, amazing offensive coordinator. Put him as a head coach. Anything else?
But we
Can't handle it.
Who are you? I thought he was.
What are you
a coach.
talking about though?
So who you saying that about though?
Yeah, are you saying Belichick?
Didn't Marty win as a coach?
He did.
As a head coach?
I thought he did.
He didn't win a Super Bowl, but with the Chiefs, he was.
He was good with you, man.
Okay.
Who was the other one with the Chargers was Danian?
Oh,
Turner.
North Turner.
North Turner. He was real
You're
good
you're
in
comparing
Dallas.
Bill Belichick to North
He
Turner.
is.
It can't be.
No, not Bill Belichick.
I'm not talking about.
But this is a Belichick conversation. That's why I'm wondering why you're bringing
this
these
is the
names up.
Patriots Way conversation. What I'm saying is coaching is very important, especially when you have a young.
They've lost
quarterback.
coordinators before. That's what all I'm saying as far as the Patriot
they had
way. It
Tom Brady.
starts with Bill Belichick
They went to the playoffs last year.
and ends.
Let me ask this super chat, and I got a couple super chats, but this one is relevant to this. We them boys, what's happening? We them boys said, name where the Patriots way worked when the QB is not Tom Brady. Patricia, McDaniels,
How
Joe
can you
Judge,
say that?
all
They won
failed.
11 games with Matt Castle. The year that Tom Brady got hurt and was out all season, the Patriot way
And they
worked.
didn't make the playoffs somehow.
They didn't make the
I don't know how they
playoffs.
didn't make the playoffs.
Granted, but that ain't Bill Belichick's fault. He didn't make the rules there. He won 11 games. That's the least I can do without my starting quarterback. You
And
tell
what
me
was,
that ain't.
and what was their record when Brady was suspended? How many games did they
They
win
went
that game?
4-0 because that's how Garoppolo got his check. So the Patriot way
there y'all go.
works.
So because Bill Belichick know how to draft a backup QB, that he know how to draft a backup QB more than a wide receiver.
Wait, we can say those two guys. He got Garoppolo
he
in
got
check.
three.
He got Garoppolo in check. Brissett.
and Castle.
They ain't went nowhere and done anything.
I understand.
Castle got a big boy check and went to the Chiefs.
But at the end of the day, those
Seahawks.
Charlie Weiss, all of those dudes called offense. That's what they were known for. Regardless, I'm saying Bill Belichick. I trust Bill Belichick in terms of picking people and saying, "Hey, go do your job."
Except
Right?
now.
Because this
except
shit don't
trusting
make no
himself.
Are you
sense.
saying it's Josh McDaniels?
Oh, he's
big
he's questioning the Lions guy.
Patricia?
Patricia, I'm questioning it too. The only reason I'm questioning it, biggest reason I'm questioning it, because I saw where Mac Jones had questions about it. He spoke out against it a couple times, like he wasn't really comfortable. And from what I'm hearing about Camp is that he's not comfortable with what's going on right now. So that in itself is something to be mindful of.
And
A
that's not a Mac
second year
Jones
QB
problem.
Yeah.
not
That's not a
comfortable
Mac
in the
Jones
second
problem.
week of camp. I mean, that's normal though with a brand new coordinator. Like all of that's normal
Who
stuff
is the
we're talking
coordinator?
about. Patricia.
We don't know that because Joe Judge called plays too.
Even if we don't know that,
The
it's-
Patriot way is
right. Like Bill Belichick is still the head coach, y'all. Come on, that's what we talking about.
Whenever have you ever seen a defensive guy call offensive plays? even like
Tony Dungy.
Rex Ryan.
Tony Dungy wasn't calling the plays. Bro. Tony Dungy was not calling the plays. I can't remember their OC, but him and Peyton was like,
Come on,
this. It
y'all.
wasn't Tony.
I'm not.
We
All
watched-
I'm saying
we
is
watched
the
the
organization.
Patriots.
This is the unique organization.
We watched the Patriots run the football twice on a Monday night football game, and we're questioning the play calling. Come on, guys. Like, Whatever Bill Belichick has to do from a defensive standpoint to keep them competitive, we can damn near book it. He's going to do that, right?
We're not talking about no defense.
Right. So if all I got to do with Matt Jones is go out here and throw the ball 5 times and hand it off 35 times, Bill Belichick is good enough to stay in front of those adjustments in the NFL to where they can win games.
That was an elements game.
But that's
They're going to get them in December and November.
That's Buffalo. That was against Buffalo too.
Yeah.
You can't say elements
we
game
in the
going against
Northeast.
Buffalo.
And let's be honest, that awoken a sleeping giant.
We did.
Like that.
Buffalo has been not the same since then. You're absolutely right.
Since that moment.
100%.
But
I think y'all discrediting Belichick just overall system. Like, yeah, Matt Patricia may be new to calling plays. Yeah, my man from Bama may be new as far as still gaining himself. But at the end of the day, it's Bill Belichick and it's the Patriots and it's 20 years of proven success.
But whose plays are they calling?
What do you mean? Whose plays?
Whose playbook are they using?
Whatever one they've been using for the last 20 years,
Yeah,
I'm
but
assuming.
because he's not. Like I said, the quarterback himself is saying he's not comfortable. So
I'm not worried about. I ain't worried about Matt Jones. I'm not worried about Matt. I ain't worried about
Matt
Matt
Jones.
Jones.
Worried about Matt Jones.
So let me ask you.
He came in last year and done what he needed to do.
He's
He's
worried
going to
about
win the
himself.
division. Patriots are going to win the division.
No, Buffalo can win the division. But the
We
Patriots
gotta-
gonna win.
we got to go through the schedule.
Wild card. I give you wild card.
So Patriots make the playoffs.
Because I don't know how
over the Dolphins.
I'll pencil it in as wild card. Absolutely.
I don't know how competitive the Bills. Let me look at the Bills.
We'd have to go through their schedules.
you ain't
Yeah,
even
Bills.
gotta- you ain't
The
even
Bills,
gotta-
I'm good. They'll win
You
their
ain't got to look at
division.
that. The Bills
Josh-
are out of
Josh
there.
They
Allen is
ascending.
the guy.
They play
Yeah.
the same schedule.
Yeah.
Facts. They ascending.
To me, the Patriots, in my opinion, are below the Dolphins right now.
No.
Why
Not
is
with
that?
a first year head coach.
Why
You're
is
not
that?
telling me a first year head coach in Tua and Tyreek Hill are about to outplay the Patriots in that division. I can't believe that.
What?
I'd have to see it. I can't
You want to
believe
put
it.
bottle on it?
We bet a bottle last week on what? What we bet one on? We
Me and you bet it?
We bet one.
Nah,
on
I know
something.
me and Nick bet it.
No, it was
I
Nick.
thought I was in on it.
Nah, you
I
wasn't
may
in
not
on
have been
that
in
one.
on it. So bet that the Patriots outdo.
I think the Dolphins have a better record, and Dolphins will make the playoffs over the Patriots. Better record.
Okay.
All right,
100% bet.
bet. That's a nice bottle. Of
You heard it
Hennessy
here
right there.
first, folks.
Hey, what Nick? What did me and you bet on? What was it? Was it the Knicks? Was it basketball?
Yeah,
Knicks or who?
Was it the Hawks?
Yeah, I think one of them. It was Knicks and Hawks and Knicks and Bulls. One of them.
Nah, it wasn't the Bulls.
Nah, because we got to look back and see.
Yeah, we have to look back.
Knicks and somebody.
All right.
Me and Nick bet Knicks and Golden State.
No, we didn't. Yeah, he didn't.
Where did you get your degree?
All right, let's get to what people wanted.
Oh, let me get this last super chat
Go
real
ahead.
quick. Really quick. And if y'all have any super chats, please come with them. All the love helps. Chucks and Polos, what's happening? He says, why aren't the Texans being punished with Watson? They enabled him to engage in freaky behavior. They are just as culpable.
They got more money.
What they gonna do to the Texans?
Yeah. Take a draft pick or two.
Yeah, like what?
Find them.
That's the thing. Like when you realize, especially after the Brady shit, you realize these owners are gonna
What they
protect
gonna
themselves.
do? I
They're
think
not,
we talked about this last week. Like, what are they gonna do?
They're
Like,
not
just
gonna
like with
fire the
Ross.
nigga. They ain't gonna take 5 draft picks away, which is what it should be. But
5 draft picks. That's a big one.
Yeah, and what?
nigga, if you broke the Rooney Rule, if the Rooney Rule don't mean shit, then it don't mean shit. That's all I'm trying to say. If you gonna break the Rooney Rule and you don't lose a bunch of shit, then it's like, why do we have this rule?
And what? I mean, have anything came out about their role in this whole thing other than
It's been quiet, but it's there.
like there's actual evidence?
Yeah, they like basically
They got put in those lawsuits.
the Texans had an NDA, basically prepared for Deshaun Watson and whatever massage therapist he was going to. They also provided massage therapists. They also provided the rooms in
Okay.
hotels and all of that. So like they,
So yeah, there should be something.
That's why early on they tried to attach the Deshaun and the Texans, but obviously the Texans was also. That's why Q was saying the Texans probably were behind it.
Yeah,
As
and they
far
were
as-
smart enough to get paperwork to
Yeah.
protect themselves where Watson wasn't, or Watson entrusted them to handle it, and then all of a sudden he has to be a trade, and they just let loose the gauntlet.
But yeah.
So yeah, something should happen to them.
Anything else?
That was the last one.
All right. Let's get to it. Y'all want to start with secondary or defensive line?
secondary. So I went more like pass rush, like together.
Yeah.
Like
See, I
the front force.
However you want to, we gonna talk about it, so we gonna break it down.
That's how.
But the reason why I had it set up like this, y'all, was because I didn't want to go through every position. I wanted to talk about them as a conversation, and it's interesting to talk about who has the best collective, because I think that's more interesting than saying like these are the best whatever the fuck. It's like actually who has a better unit. So as far as secondary list goes, you want to just do it how we always do?
Yeah.
I'll start with, and I do top 6 because top 5 is interesting, but there's always that extra one that you want to mention most of the time for that last spot. So I always try to do top 6. So I'll start with number 6. As far as secondaries, I'm going with the Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, you being disrespectful.
Yeah, hold on. Let me read. This is what I have so far as from the latest roster from June 27, as far as the teams. But I picked the Miami Dolphins as 6 because as far as their corners, they have Xavier Howard, Byron Jones. Their nickel corner is Nick Needham. Safety Javon Holland. Javon Holland, sorry. And other safety is Brandon Jones.
Hey, Javon Holland is the new Minka.
Beast.
They traded Minka.
Damn, what the hell?
I drafted
Xavier Howard is
dog.
27 interceptions since he's entered the league. No player has more interceptions since he's entered the league.
Top 3 in the league.
Yeah.
And then Byron Jones is a perfect compliment to him.
He is, because he was trying to be a 1 in Dallas. And that
he's not
my list is also about projected for how good they're going to be this year,
Okay.
based off of.
And then you being extremely disrespectful.
Thanks. Dolphins going to be good. I like Holland a lot.
Nigga, you ain't even got them being better than the Pats.
I don't. Number 6 for me is the Broncos. Surtain not hurt. He didn't get that injury that he had. It was cool, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Broncos for me. I think that Surtain, Darby, Williams as the nickel, and Simmons, Kareem Jackson also is pretty good. But specifically Surtain and Simmons, I think, are going to be standouts as far as what they've done. Simmons was a beast last year, and Surtain, I think, has the potential to be one of the best corners in the league.
Used to love his dad. Him and
Facts.
Sam Madison.
Played in Miami. Beast.
What? Sean Marion back there too.
Absolutely. So
Yeah, he wasn't getting nothing.
I think that's a solid 6 pick, and I think the Broncos will do well this season. That's why I picked them at 6.
Crazy, I don't even have the Broncos on my list.
I don't either.
I do love Surtain though.
I think
if we were just doing corners, I would say Surtain.
I think the Broncos are going to be very successful in that division, so I had to at least get them in there.
Gotcha.
No wonder you're a Cowboys fan. I don't know, delusional.
Mine is the Carolina Panthers.
Okay, all right.
Oh, yeah, right.
Move on. I'm not even about to read that list, bro. I ain't serious. You want me to read the list?
No, he's serious.
You want me
serious.
You want me to read the list, or you got
better
it?
than the
They're
Cowboys secondary, bro.
And we bad.
Name me a list.
My number 6, we got Dante Jackson on one corner.
He's top flight.
J.C. Horn is back.
J.C. Horn.
J.C. Horn
He was
allowed
good the last
one
time I
catch.
remember.
Yeah, he only allowed one catch.
Okay.
And he only played about 3 or 4 games, but one catch in those 3 or 4 games. So he's actually number 1 corner.
He said 3 or 4. That's not even a quarter of the season now.
I know, right? But one catch though.
But look, think
in
about it.
4 games.
In regular quarterbacks, right? Because we're not talking like upper echelon. Just the normal dudes are throwing 25 to 30 times a game.
Right.
So you talk about 4 games, bro.
We
That's
gotta
120.
see. Well, for what?
times.
There's 2 questions. One, I got to see what 4 games that was, and
Yeah.
2,
Well, it don't matter because
it's 4 games.
2 of these games going to be against the Falcons and 2 are going to be against the Saints. These 2 quarterbacks next year. So
Who was the Falcons throwing to? Really was out the game.
No, I'm talking about this year projected. He got 4 games against quarterbacks that we're unsure of. So we know he's going to have a chance to produce. That's why I put them so high on my list for that reason. That's the biggest reason. C.J. Henderson is the nickel corner. He was a number 1 draft pick.
I fuck with C.J. Henderson.
Jacksonville. I like C.J.
I fuck
too.
with C.J. Henderson.
So, and then Jeremy Chin was one of the best safeties in the league a couple of years ago. So we got some players. Xavier Woods is the other safety. So projected wise,
I'm about to say he old school.
She
ain't
trying to skip over him. Xavier Woods
I'm
over
trying to skip it. But listen, but
You see, he got the pajamas on. He trying to sleep on them.
his veteran leadership, man. So I think the secondary is a strong point for Carolina. So I just think they're going to do well this year. I think that's where their strength is going to come from.
At number
That's
6,
their strength.
It is.
At
Holy
number
smokes.
6, give me the Saints. With the addition of Tyrann Mathieu, to me, that secondary.
You want me to read down the list?
I already got it.
You already got it?
before Tyrann Mathieu, they were very solid. Tyrann Mathieu, in my opinion, puts them in the top 6 conversation. So Marcus May, big time, hard-hitting, strong safety. Obviously, Marshawn Lattimore, I would say top 5, top 6 individually in the league. Paul Adebo, I like him as a complimentary corner. And then they got Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. You know what I'm saying? You know,
We don't know yet.
you know, but the other 4 dudes, them dudes is legit.
Why was Tyrann Mathieu on the free agency block so long?
The injuries and then the age.
Yeah, done.
So you don't think that's going to be an issue with New Orleans?
I don't think so, because here's the thing, right? Like, it's football. Everybody gonna get hurt. The severity is really the question about it, right? And for what they need him to do, it's gonna be perfect, because he's a legit, like, roamer. You know what I'm saying? Where you put him at slot corner, you could put him at safety, you could put him outside corner, you could put him wherever you need to. Tyrann Mathieu is one of the very few dudes, in my opinion, that has played defensive back in the NFL off instinct. That's you got to let him just be free.
Facts. And that's a good point that he brings up. The reason the Saints bring him in and can afford to pay him that, because of that roaming ability. The Saints already got a good defense. We already got
the front.
Davis. We got everything we need. So
Cameron
we can
Jordan.
get a playmaker out here that got the instinct to be able to do that. Like, other teams can't afford to pay Matthew that and him not fit their system. For the Saints, it don't matter. Like, we can bring him in here. He going to be Matthews, and we got a good defense already. No other team could afford to do that, which is why he sits so long. Like, the Chiefs can't pay him that much to do what he was doing.
Because think about it. Defensively, it was Chris Jones and Tyrann Mathieu. Who else was on that defense? You know what I'm saying? To me, Tyrann Mathieu is the cherry on top to your defense. And when you look at this defense, the foundation of that defense is up front with Cameron Jordan. And then the secondary, or the second level, is with Davis, the linebacker. Now you have Marshawn Lattimore, Paulson Adebo, big hitting. You know what he is? He is Earl Thomas more freakish.
Who?
Tyrann Mathieu.
Oh, Tyrann Mathieu. Okay. All right. Who you got, Ken?
I got the Chargers.
At 6. Ooh.
Yeah, okay.
You talking about this? You call me disrespectful.
Hey, we gonna have to watch some football games together.
You call me disrespectful.
I don't know what the hell y'all watch.
Sundays are dead end up here.
You got the list. You want me to read off the names?
Read them off.
I'm gonna read off the names. My guy asked me to read them off. So we got J.C. Jackson, just acquired, one of the top corners of the league.
I would say top 5, top 7.
Asante Samuel Jr., a promising corner in the league. Second year going into, I believe. Corner is Bryce Callahan. Safety, Derwin James Jr., probably top 3 at his position.
Callahan's one of the best slot corners, too.
And the other safety is Nazir Adderley.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the guy.
He's solid.
He's
solid.
Very solid. Tier 1 unit.
Why do you have him at 6?
I like the players. No, I'm just playing. But no, I think bringing J.C. Jackson there, Asante in his second year, Derwin James,
hopefully healthy.
Defense in the back.
That's all teams.
And Callahan at slot. I think that's a solid unit. You got those two outside and that guy in the middle, bro.
You know the only reason why I'm gonna say, Ken, I disagree with them being placed at number 6 on your list is because one reason, Derwin James. Obviously, we know that over the last couple of years, he has not even played like 5 games a season. Right?
So the health.
No, the reason why I'm saying Derwin James is because Derwin James, in my opinion, and you could go watch film and tape and listen to all of the NFL whatevers, he's the one safety that you say, hey, go guard Travis Kelce one-on-one, and he'll hold it. Like, he's not going to get dominated. Hey, George Kittle, go slow that up. Any tight end, any running back, match him up one-on-one, and he could win that matchup consistently. So that takes a lot of pressure off of the rest of those DBs and linebackers. So
that's a fact. I got the Chargers higher. I got the
Chargers way higher.
Ken, go ahead with your number 5.
I got the Packers at 5.
Packers at 5. Wow. You want me to read the list though?
Yeah, go ahead.
Packers at 5 is interesting. Corner, Zaire Alexander. Other corner, Eric Stokes. Nickel corner, Rasul Douglas. Safety, Adrian Amos. And other safety, Darnell Savage.
Yeah, I think Now Douglas, he's a question mark for me, but I like Savage, Jair, of course, and I like that Stokes kid, man.
Stokes is nice.
Yeah, I like that Stokes kid. Yeah.
Well, you know where you're from, right? Do you?
Douglas balled out. You remember he picked that pass off on that when Green Bay beat the Cardinals. He was having all them picks. So Rasul played great down the stretch.
Okay.
Carolina had him and they dropped him, which was stupid as all get
That's
out.
the only reason why he bringing him up.
Because
he played great after.
I'm gonna take your word for it.
No, he played great ball last
But
year.
yeah,
So Ken got the Packers at 5. What you got, FIFO?
I got the Packers at 5.
Really?
Yeah. Very solid. Darnell Savage, I think, is one of the more underrated safeties in the game. I think this year is going to be like a stamp it year for him. I think he's going into year 3, if I'm not mistaken. Either year 3 or year 4, I can't remember. Adrian Amos, very solid. Jair, arguably number 2 best corner in the league. You know what I'm saying? Behind Jalen. So, shit, for that alone, like, we're talking, Jair is one of them dudes, Stephon Diggs, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Cooper Kupp. That's you. Go do you. You know, and there's not many corners nowadays that you could just say, look, the rest of the defense, y'all handle everybody else. Not many corners. So that alone, to me, elevates that whole secondary. That secondary is already good.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the Philadelphia Eagles.
I don't even have them on my list.
They have 2 of the
You want me to read
highest rated corners in.
You got the list? You want to read it off?
Yeah.
Darius Slay and James Bradbury.
Oh, yeah, they did get him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and he ranked first in the NFL in forced incompletions. So you say that
Bradbury.
Yeah, Bradbury. You got Jaquiski Tart from San Francisco.
I don't like him.
Yeah, he gonna say everything. That's why I wanted. I was like, go ahead and say them corners and say everybody else.
Avonte Maddox is the nickel corner.
Okay.
He's good. And Anthony Harris is the other safety. And he's decent too. But I just like their secondary. I like Slade.
You like them corners.
I
Yeah,
love
that's
the
it.
corners.
Is
I
nice.
love the corners. And that's what I'm relying on more than anything else. I like Maddox.
And where did Bradbury come from?
Carolina. Now he was trash for Carolina because you remember he got ate up.
No, he wasn't. He got paid off for Carolina.
He got ate up. You remember what Julio did to him?
Oh yeah. But
So
Julio do that to
But
everybody.
yeah, and Bradbury, it's not like he's like a physical presence.
You picked the Eagles to win that division, didn't you?
Yes.
I can't wait till
You got Philly at 5. Anything
I
else?
can't wait till they get burnt all season. I hate the Eagles.
You'll call me every time.
Every time when the red zone kick off. My next one, I have at number 5, the Rams. For a lot of the reasons that FIFO was saying, as far as what the rest of that defensive unit is going to be able to do for Ramsey, I think that he's still arguably the best cornerback in the league. The rest of the
That
guys.
Super Bowl?
Even after the Super Bowl. I think he's going to take a lot of time, or took a lot of time to reflect over the offseason to get that number 1 spot. I think that mean a lot to him.
You can reflect getting burnt, but I don't think it's not gonna happen
I
again.
feel like he's the type of person that's going to come out and correct the reflection, though. I don't think he's going to have a bad season after that Super Bowl showing. I don't think it was that bad. You doing him dirty.
Bro, he got burnt twice. He fell down. If Burrow had a second left, his fall was gonna be on SportsCenter all summer long.
They won the Super Bowl. I don't really think that the rest of the guys in there are David Long Jr., Troy Hill, Jordan Fuller, Taylor Rapp. No big names, but I do think the other layers in that defense, the defensive line with Donald, and of course there's linebackers, decent at best, but I do think Ramsey's a big enough talent to where he'll stand out and keep them competitive, and the Rams will be good this season. So.
I like Jordan Fuller.
You like him?
I think he's.
I think that they're all great compliments to having a dog for one. So,
my number 5 is the Cincinnati Bengals. I think
Eli Apple still there?
I wouldn't put Eli Apple as my other corner. But he is there. I mean, you got Chinadu Wuzie, Eli Apple, nickel corner is Mike Hilton, safety Jesse Bates. Jesse Bates is top 3 at his position. You can argue with somebody else, not me. And you got Von Bell out of O State, who's holding it down.
Big hitter.
Came from the Saints. That's not even the young boys. I think we may have the deepest secondary in the league.
Hold on. You put the Bengals over who?
The Bengals over the Dolphins.
No. So Dolphins were number 6 for you, and Bengals are number 5.
Yeah. And we got Dax Hill out of
that's
Michigan.
huge.
He's already looking nice. And we still got a couple others that we drafted, of course. If Jesse Bates doesn't, play
Bates
this
gonna
season,
be there. Yeah,
but he gonna play.
Yeah,
He was already at the first preseason.
Well, he
game.
trying to get paid. He holding out.
He holding out. He don't want to sign that franchise.
He gonna get
Yeah, he got it.
Yeah, he gonna sign as soon as game.
Because they're gonna be competitive this season. He gonna want to be a part of that.
He was in the Super Bowl last year. Why not sign with
Yeah,
him?
he gonna want to be a part.
But I think we have some of the. I think we probably have the deepest secondary in the league, talent wise. And if you want to talk about skill positions, we went to the Super Bowl off our secondary.
off of skill positions. We talking about something completely different. But in terms of y'all secondary, I give you y'all free safety, and I'll give you your starting corner, like your number one.
Uzi,
corner.
yeah, Uzi.
Yes. He's definitely.
Eli showed up in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Outside of the Super Bowl, he showed up in the playoffs.
He had
Look, this is how I know this.
He
is
had
a
to show up in the
biased
Super Bowl
pick.
if you want to say
it
it.
was game. It was like contract determining, my nigga. You ain't gonna be here.
Yeah, that's why we re-signed him to a 1-year deal.
This is how I know this is a biased pick. We arguably have a top 3 corner with the Dolphins.
Oh,
Their second corner is better than the rest of their DBs not named Owuzie or
Mike Hilton is a good
Bates.
corner, bro.
Byron Jones better than all the rest
Mike,
of
did
them.
you see Mike Hilton in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Byron Jones better than the rest of them dudes not
What did
named-
Byron Jones do in the playoffs? By himself. I'm just saying, as a position, what'd he do?
He not bad. He ain't better than Byron Jones though.
He ain't. You saw the Tannehill game. This nigga literally took the ball out of Tannehill's
Look,
hand and
let
about
me
to
tell
run
you
into it.
something. Eli Apple couldn't even make the Dolphins roster. Yeah, I'm just saying, Nick, this is very. I feel you though. I
they
feel
got-
you.
We have to. Y'all have to just see. Y'all have to just
They
see.
did get Eli off the streets.
And he performed in the
We
playoffs.
cut Eli.
And he had the nerve to be mad about
Panthers
like
cut
niggas
Eli
giving him shit.
right
Like,
before
bro,
the
He almost picked off Patty.
The Panthers cut Eli.
All right,
Number
4. I got the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
Baltimore Ravens at 4. Let me read them off the list as far as who they got. They got some
they
dudes,
good.
talent wise. But the only thing is, when healthy, because I was expecting to see some shit last year.
that's what we thought.
Ain't see nothing.
Well, they had the worst injury.
They did, but that's why I'm saying, like, that's why I got them at.
question.
I just
That's
got
why
them
you got 'em
at
at
4.
4.
I got them at 4. I got to see
That's
what
why
they
they
look
gotta be
like.
at 4.
Marcus Peters, I fuck with him. Marlon Humphreys, say less. Kyle Fuller, say less. Chuck Clark, Marcus Williams. You know what I'm saying? They got the kid Kyle Hamilton that they drafted this year out of
Yes.
Notre Dame, I believe.
beast.
They have Baltimore is all about secondary.
And
So,
defense.
yeah, I think that, based off of talent, and if these motherfuckers could pop off, they can easily get up to number 1 at the end of this season. But
Yeah.
I got him number 4. Who you got, Lou?
I got the Saints next, and it's because of the addition of Tyrann Mathieu. Lattimore, second best, third best corner in the league, arguably one of those. And I think the Saints are going to be a good defensive team overall with Jordan up front. They were high last year as far as ranking in the top 5. Davis is a beast at linebacker. All of that frees up, like we were talking about earlier. Matthew is going to be able to freestyle, do what we seen. What's my man name with the hair from Pittsburgh?
Palomalu.
Be able to see a newer, updated version of that, I feel like, is what Matthew is going to do in New Orleans and be very impactful.
I think Matthew is a combination of Palomalu and Ed Reed.
Yes.
Just that natural instinct. You might beat me one time. I saw it. Boom. You ain't gonna get me
Facts.
again with it. Not as of a big hitter as Palomalu.
Yeah, he don't play the run or as impactful up around the line of scrimmage, but just
He just
read
everywhere. He makes
and
plays.
feel
Yes.
for the game.
And he plays bigger than his
Facts.
physical stature.
Facts.
And I liked him at LSU.
Yeah, he was a beast at LSU. They had tied him up with
He's a
that weed
smart player,
shit.
too.
Absolutely.
He is, but again, not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like
And he had to learn that. He had to learn that too.
Well, and that's the reason why his time with the Cardinals was so impactful, because he had who's the old school corner that played for the Patrick Peterson.
Peterson.
You know, what I'm saying LSU ties. Like he had to show him how to be a little bit more disciplined.
Which I don't know
in the
why
NFL.
they let
Peterson
him go.
and was your boy from Michigan out there with him? Well, no, he wasn't. I thought he teach him for a minute, but no, he didn't. I thought Woodson. Never mind. Patrick Peterson. No, I did mine. You next.
I got the Cleveland Browns.
Number 4.
You got Denzel Ward at one corner, Greg Newsome the second at the other corner. Greedy Williams is your corner, your nickelback.
He tall too.
Yeah, John Johnson the third is one of the strong. He's a good safety. He's a top safety.
Carolina.
Yeah, not him. And Grant Delpit is the other safety.
And they have another safety too. That not mentioned on there. He's a big hitter too. He's the son of a former NFL player too.
Oh, Newsome.
No, He's a safety. He's a big-headed safety. I can't. He played for the Patriots.
I knew somebody.
His dad.
Somebody else.
I can't think of his damn. Hold on, let me pull up the roster.
But I think they're talented and young, and I think they're gonna make some plays this year. I really do. Denzel Ward. I think
That's a nice list.
gonna come up big.
That's a nice group. Who you got, FIFO?
At number 4, Nick is probably the only time I'm gonna agree with you. I got the Ravens at 4. You know what I'm saying?
Why you got Ravens at 4?
Health concerns. And I gotta see him. I gotta see him play. I gotta see him play. But
Because you were excited last year too, right?
Of course. But then I was super high on J.K. I was super high on the Ravens. I was like, I really feel Lamar's gonna take that jump, which we saw that he did, but he ain't had nothing around him. It's just I felt like last year should have been the Ravens' year. Like what Buffalo did, I felt that was supposed to be the Ravens.
I thought the Ravens were going to take a jump too. That's why I was trying to say
They
what you were
would've.
going to say.
I think they
and I
would've.
hope that they fired their whole medical staff after last season because I'm like, bro,
Yeah, that's
90%,
crazy, bro.
90% of the team, bro.
Yeah, that was crazy. And not little nagging, like big.
It was like,
out.
Because I'm thinking, because I picked up Gus Edwards thinking like, I'm about to ball this shit. Gus got out second week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Marlon, like Pat Peterson, like I'm like, bro,
Every
these niggas was
running
dropping. Then Lamar, like, and they still were 8-3.
competitive though. That
That's
goes
what I'm
to
saying.
say
They
with
picked up
Harbaugh.
running backs off the street.
Yeah.
I'm talking about you got
Harbaugh put a game plan together. I know Lamar
Freeman
gonna
off
go
the
in.
Devontae Freeman, didn't he?
Bell off the street, and they
Le'Veon Bell played for them this
Yeah.
year.
They was trying to get anybody.
anybody play running back.
Harbaugh ought to be able to stay in Baltimore as long as he wants to.
He got to win a title first.
He won one.
Another one.
Damn.
Everybody forgot about that last one.
Khaled.
They had a whole white boy when he won.
Flacco, he showed it.
Who you got, Ken, at 4?
I got the Ravens too. Yeah, 4.
Ronnie Harrison Jr. That's
Okay, yeah.
I didn't know that. Damn.
You got Ravens at 4?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you wanted to say about him?
Nah.
Who you got at 3?
Where? I got the Bucks 3rd. Yeah. I like
we'll read off the name.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got Carlton Davis, Jamil Dean, Sean Murphy Bunting, Antoine Whitfield Jr., and Mike Edwards.
Yeah. I really like their corners. I think they got guys whose names I felt like I heard a lot last year when you played against that team. So when I'm looking at the list of players, I'm like, whenever you always hear their name called. That's why I got them 3rd.
So I'm not going to front. I don't have the Bucks on my list, but they were on the fringe. My thing about their secondary is I feel that they're elevated by their front.
Yes.
I really feel that. And then I feel like nobody on that secondary is really dynamic. Like, oh, shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody scares me. They're good. And I feel like they play as a unit very well. But it's not special.
Okay.
By themselves. They're special as part of that 11-man group. But, like, just take away the secondary. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
But they were young though at the time, right?
they were young, but they still was getting torched.
Yeah,
If
but
you looked at them
they were
games,
like babies out there. That's why
shit,
people attacked them a lot.
Look how they lost this past year. What Cooper Kupp going up the seam like?
No, that was the DC. Remember you called that blitz?
But still, it was.
That wasn't their fault.
Now he the head coach. Was it the black guy?
Whoever called that blitz, I don't know who it was, but somebody
I was
called.
hoping that we would mention.
Somebody called all. It was
Nah, but I'm just saying, like, I agree 100% with FIFO. That secondary got a lot of pass because of that pass rush. Like, you put even Danny Dimes. Danny Dimes almost exposed them in the regular season. Was just obviously it was.
You mean Danny?
I was gonna say who is that guy?
Just Dan.
Let's move on.
Daniel. He ain't even Danny no more. He's just Dan.
Just Daniel.
He said he Dan in real life. Yes, he is. Who you got, FIFO?
So where we at? Number 3.
Number 3.
I got the Browns. The Browns to me, arguably the most athletic group, arguably the most athletic secondary in the NFL. When you look at Denzel Ward, freakish athlete. You know, I think he's very underrated in the league. He rarely gets named in the top 5. I think he's a top 5 corner. You know, if you put him lower, I get it. If you put him higher, I get it too. And we talk about Newsome that they just drafted a year in. You look at that boy. Hey, that boy got some wheels. That boy got natural talent. Second year, I think he's definitely going to improve. Especially when he's seeing the second or third best wide receiver on the roster. You know what I'm saying? Greedy Williams, I love him at that slot position. Big guy, disruptive, and he got wheels too.
Confidence.
Then Grant Delpit. Grant Delpit is, to me, one of those hybrid safeties. Could play up, could play back. Doesn't lose the ball. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't necessarily call him a ball hawk, but has ball hawking tendencies. John Johnson, big hitter, very physical, could play. And then, like I said, the extra cherry on top, Ronnie Harrison Jr. He doesn't get as much tick as everybody else, but he does get tick. And, man, like he just like his daddy, man. Like, boom.
Who you got, Sheldon?
Give me the Green Bay Packers.
Number 3?
Yes,
Okay.
number 3. Jair Alexander speaks for himself, and we talked about Eric Stokes. I told you the improvements from Rasul Douglas. He's making big plays, and I like Darnell Savage. So I just like that unit. I think they're a good
Really
unit.
good unit. Yep.
Yeah, and it's their second year playing together. So
Got you. Who you got, Lou?
I got the Dolphins next.
Number 3.
Yes, I got the Dolphins at 3rd. Howard, ball hawk, intercepted. It's where he had the most in the NFL, I think, last year, maybe even the year before that as well, him and J.C. Jackson. So I think Howard was the leader of the group. I like Jones since he was in Dallas. He was the number 1 corner in Dallas. Wasn't supposed to be a 1, but playing next to Howard, I think he's a beast. Holland, we played with him in that Madden. As far as just the impact that he had, I've liked him since he came out as a rookie, since he was at Oregon. I think that people will sleep on that Miami defense, and they'll make a lot of plays and have to make a lot of plays because I don't believe in Tua or the offense. So I do think that secondary, though, one of the stronger groups.
My number 3 are the Chargers. I think by the names that we said, obviously I got to see it. They would have been higher if I would have seen at least one season possibly. But based off just name recognition alone and what I think they can do within that division, you would have to be fired up to be in that division.
100%.
So this is my expectation is they're gonna be a top 3 secondary. That's why I got them in top 3. So with those names, with how much money they spent, everything they did, I got Chargers at 3. And my number 2 is the Cleveland Browns. I've already said enough. You know what I'm saying? I've seen them. The Browns sneakily have probably drafted some of the best defensive players in the last 5 to 6 years.
Sure, you might have to go back 10 years.
I didn't want to go too far back. I know recent, like within the last 5-6 years, they may have anybody on their team like, bro, I want to have him in the corner that I got, or I want to have him in the safety that I got, outside of Myles Garrett, because that's everybody's list, obviously.
Yeah.
So who you got, Lou? Number 2.
Number 2 for me. I just had it now. I've lost it. I'm sorry. Number 2 for me is the Ravens. I think that the Ravens, they have the complete package as far as secondaries. I see Marcus Peters, Marlon Humphrey, Kyle Fuller, Chuck Clark, as you guys were saying before, Marcus Williams. Last year we were waiting on it due to the injuries. I think that this is an elite group. I have them higher than 4 like you guys had them just because of what I thought they were going to do last year and what they would bring to the table. Now, first year in effect, couldn't put them 1. I wanted to, but I do think that they're going to perform to what we thought they would last year when they were supposed to be here. So, Ravens.
I had the exact same thing for the exact same reason. I want to put them number 1. To be honest, I think Baltimore should be number 1.
Yeah.
But we can't put them there unless we see them fully healthy and perform. So, to be honest, I think they are the best secondary in the league. But like I said, I need to see them do it on the field.
That's why I hesitated to spit it out because I was debating in the last second of my mind.
I also put him out 4 because I saw what Chase did to Marlon Humphreys one-on-one. That was embarrassing.
Chase elite though.
Yeah, that was
But we didn't know that at the time. That's what I'm saying. That Baltimore game was a breakout game.
He didn't know it either.
He found out. I'm saying, what half did he find out though? Was it the first half?
He knew at the end of the game.
Marlon gets beat a lot though. As great as
It's
he
one
is,
thing to get beat. It's another thing when they get 200 yards and
I feel
almost
you.
2 tubs. Was it 1 tub or 2 tubs?
That's why I couldn't put the Bucks.
2 touchdowns.
When Tyree had 200 in the first quarter, I like, nah, nigga. No.
The thing I will say about their Bucks secondary though is all of them playing for contracts this year. They all on their rookie contracts and they're young. Now they have the experience. I would expect them to step
That
out.
didn't happen last year, did it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it
That
was.
was
That's
the first
Tyree-
half.
No, that was the year. That was the year of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that wasn't last year.
Yeah, that was the year before.
They were young.
Yeah.
They were puppies.
Oh, well, 200 is.
And did it happen in the second game?
No, it didn't.
All right.
I feel you. They learned.
That pass rush
First half,
happened.
right?
Yeah.
No, they played single high, I think.
Yeah. No,
They changed the defensive
Yeah,
scheme.
they was
it out.
man to man and blitzing
Yeah,
and
he
shit.
called it out in the first game. He's like, y'all
Yeah.
gonna play one. Oh, let's
Yeah.
go.
Just straight. like, I don't even
let's
gotta.
go. Right.
So, Sheldon, you said you had the Ravens.
Ravens number 2.
Who you got?
I got the Chargers number 2.
Okay.
Chargers are number 2. My whole spiel on Derwin. But here's the thing, like that front is equal to, if not better than that back half.
You saying the secondary going to come away with clean jerseys?
Bruh.
It's a light jog.
Might.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna tell you like this. I think that front that the Chargers have, look, when you have a dominant front like that, it makes the secondary's job easier. When you have a secondary as good as they got, it makes the front job easier. I think they probably have the best overall defense, and bro, like that secondary is gonna be very key to the sacks that they get and the interceptions that they get on that team.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna lock dudes up, and you need to in that division.
That's the only reason why I'm iffy on them, because we think they're gonna lock them up, but at the same time you have to lock them up because you got Patty, Russell, and Derek Carr all in your division who all have number 1 receiver, or at least a collective number 1 receiver.
Well, the Chiefs don't.
Chiefs have Travis Kelce. That's what I mean. Like that's a default number 1 receiver.
1A.
But in my opinion, a tight end can't.
He ain't no other tight end though. That's what I'm
Huh?
saying. He ain't no regular tight end.
No, I feel you, but that's why I spoke so highly about Derwin. And the thing is, outside of Phillip Rivers and Antonio Gates, I've never seen a tight end just be like,
Know what it be.
yeah, like 160 yards and you can't do nothing. Like other tight ends, you could slow them up. You know what I'm saying? I don't see with Derwin on that roster. I'm not scared of tight ends.
Ken, who you got? Number 2.
I got the Browns, and I think you guys have pretty much said everything that needs to be said about them. Elite talent. Ward, Newsome, Delpit, et cetera, so they should be locking folks up. What the fuck just happened? My number 1, I got the Dolphins. I got the Dolphins, bro.
Dolphins gonna be.
Huh?
I say I like it.
Why number 1?
I really like Holland.
Holland? Xavier, of course, and Holland coming on board, and then the Byron Jones guy. Nick Needham, he's a little iffy to me, but I think those 3 are elite and should be locking folks up.
I got Dolphins number 1 too. Dolphins number 1 too. Out of all of the secondaries on this list, right, the Dolphins elevate the front. Like with the Chargers I just talked about, they're both elite, so they not elevating nothing to just go play your game. Everybody else, even the Saints, to me, they're both sides are elite. The Dolphins, in my opinion, their back half is better than their front half. Mm-hmm. And because of that, they elevate that front. Spike, you said it, bro. Like, how can I not put the dude that gets the ball the most on defense and not be top 2, top 3? Like, in my opinion, they are the best complementary secondary that there is, because you got a guy that can play man or zone in Xavier. Byron likes more zone than man, but he's nice too, and whatever you want him to do. And then Javon, he's a rangy guy. You know what I'm saying? So with the type of defense that they really want to run, and I don't know if they're going to change up their scheme, but I know they're typically a cover 3 scheme. They'll run a lot of man to man as well. But we'll see how they move forward past who was their coach? Going down with names.
Oh, before the white boy?
Flores.
Yeah. We saw how Flores had that whole defense. Like the reason why they won games was because of the defense. So in my opinion, man, like I think that secondary just takes it to the next level. And then here's the other thing too. They're getting challenged every day on that in that practice field, bro.
Yeah, they getting
stretched. Who they gonna play that look like that? So if that's prepping you, all of this stuff is cupcake.
Sound good.
Okay.
Who you got number one?
Mine was tough. I
Carolina.
no,
He got that.
I'm not even twice.
It's starting. They the alpha and the omega.
I'm not a Carolina fan this year, but I honestly had a tie between the Dolphins and the Chargers for me, and it was. I hate to do it that way, but they were real close to me. The only thing about the Dolphins is they got to prove it. They got to do it this year. But I had a tie with them. It's tough for me because I like both those.
Pick one, Gunny.
So which one did you pick?
Yeah,
The Dolphins and the Chargers.
Nah, don't do that.
For one
You said the Dolphins or the Chargers?
and the Chargers. They were
Nah,
tied
bro.
for-
Nah,
Pick
you
one.
cannot.
gotta
If I got to pick one,
Yeah.
I'll take the Dolphins.
All right. Okay.
You're always trying to cheat.
That was like
I asked him for 6, not 7.
I didn't cheat.
My number one is the
Cowboys
I
go.
already
Yeah, all right. You already know. You stumbled it
Dig.
coming out, boy.
I got Diggs. right
Kelvin
now.
Jolson, Draymond Green.
No, my number one. I almost went with my Cowboys.
Don't look at me. You ain't getting no sympathy over here.
No, I'm only joking, man. My number one is the Chargers, and it's because of Derwin. I think he has the potential to be the defensive player of the year, but then you can also say that up front about Bosa. He may be an impact. That defense is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Khalil Mack coming over there. Again, Derwin James stays healthy. J.C. Jackson, he's a ball hawk too. He gets the interceptions. It's scary to see what the Chargers may be able to do, especially like you keep saying, Derwin can control the middle of the field. Like the tight end threat that's so present right now, he can take care of that, and he has the athletic ability to check a running back. I can be down here in the linebacker in the trenches with you too. Dude, if this is the year that he puts it all together, it could be very special, and that's what I'm banking on with them guys being my number one.
My number one is actually the Green Bay Packers. I think going to 2 NFC title games in 3 years speaks for itself. I think that they were the reason why the Packers should have won those games when they were in the NFC title games. They picked off Brady twice. No one talks about that. They held a high-powered offense from San Francisco going into that game to 10 points. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to say Jimmy G's throwing the ball around, but shit, 10 points is 10 points. I think the secondary does help with that. I think they're the most experienced and talented secondary at an elite level out of everybody we mentioned. Everybody else, we got question marks as far as we never even seen them play together. But this team, I know for sure that back end has been proven enough to take them deep into the playoffs, going against the greats. So that's why I picked it.
I can't argue that. I can't. Like, the Packers are very solid.
Agreed.
All right, defensive lines. Now, how we did this is you combine, if you want to just focus on just the edge rushers, part of the defensive fronts, I also combine defensive tackles because I feel like that's underrated as well, i.e. Aaron Donald. And I'll start it off. I got the Washington Commanders at 6. I thought last year was going to be a big jump or like a sustainability based off of how they smacked everybody in the mouth with Chase Young, Defensive Rookie of the Year, showing, and it seemed like, oh shit, Washington may have a unit now. Out of all that losing,
They have an identity.
Yeah, they had an identity. Ron Rivera, Riverboat Ron, all that shit. He brought that over there, and he got Chase Young. It didn't go well last year. I'm still giving him a shot this year at number 6. Who you got, Lou?
Man, I hate to say this because I hate the team, and I really didn't even want to put them on here. But I'd be remiss not, and it's the Eagles. With Jordan Davis, the draft pick, Fletcher Cox, Graham, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with up front. You're going to have to be really established on the offensive line to deal with the Eagles' defensive line all year.
Who you got, Sheldon?
100% the same thing. Did you see Jordan Davis in those
I ain't giving him no props. Don't ask no.
Give him
I ain't
Oh, my
Those are the
gosh.
props that he getting from
got
them.
enough
But
on that,
that was
man.
it. That's
Oh,
all
my
you
God.
getting from the Eagles from me. I ain't
Man,
giving
he was
him no
pushing-
additional
he was
props.
pushing people. He been pushing people in the backfield all camp. I'm surprised them quarterbacks ain't got no broke ankles from linemen stepping on them. Him pushing them right back into the pile. He got sweat on the edge. They got those air rushes. So I like that Philadelphia defensive line.
Yeah, they gonna be tough.
So Philly number 6 for you
Oh,
too. I just want to mention this player because their front didn't make it, but I've been watching them on Hard Knocks. Aiden Hutchinson's that dude, bro. 6'7", 270.
Yeah.
And he, when I saw the stats, I'm like, he don't look that big, that physical, that strong, that athletic. Then you put him on the field, and they can't block him. Nobody can block him. So I think the Lions got not a steal because they drafted a number 2.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
So, but you know, I had to.
They
put
got a
that
guy.
out there. I had to put that out there. Shout out to Beezy 430. But at number 6, I got the Bucks, man. Vita Vea, Levante.
At 6?
Yeah.
Did you see who they added?
Huh?
Did you see who they added?
Who they had?
They added. Hold on. Keep going. I'll bring it up.
But yeah, I got the Bucks at 6.
Hakeem Hicks. Did you mention?
Yeah, Hakeem Hicks. Look, the other squads that I have in front of them, I'm more fearful of. You know what I'm saying?
They got Shaquille Barrett too. Still.
I know.
But here's where the confusion came in for me is some of those defenses are 3-4s. So what you probably put in as linemen, I may have put as linebackers for that reason because I didn't know how y'all was gonna do it.
100%, and that's why you see it right here, pass rush. Like that front, I put pass rushers. Like that front, I'm because when you said D line, I'm thinking D line consists of a D tackle and defensive ends.
Yeah.
But the way that defense is played now, linebackers get down on one
I.e.
hand.
Pittsburgh
or something.
Steelers.
Exactly. So that's why I was like, okay, well, let me think of the scariest defensive fronts in the NFL versus just the D line. So as a defensive front, I got the Bucks at 6.
I don't know, man. I just went with the Chargers at 6 with Khalil Mack and Bosa off the edge. I mean, those two guys in the middle ain't that good, but shit, I don't know. Just that's good or bad.
Okay.
Fuck it. Number 5, I got the Packers.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I got the Packers.
Hey, Rayshawn Gary, I know they lost to Darius Smith, Kenny Clark. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, they nice. They nice.
They are.
I'll give you that. At number 5, I got the 49ers. Shit, probably one of the most stout fronts there is. They're deep, they're big as hell, and they are relentless. They scary to me.
Who you got, Sheldon?
At number 5, I got the Cowboys.
Micah's that dude.
go.
Yeah,
Micah's that dude.
yeah. DeMarcus Lawrence, Micah, Dante Fowler. They got some guys that get to the quarterback, and that's the strength of that team. Is their defensive line.
Number 5, I have the 49ers as well, just like FIFO. Like, I think that the depth is going to be really to play a big role in how effective they're going to be this season. They're just going to keep coming at you with waves of defensive linemen, and people are going to get tired, and they're going to start sacking quarterbacks late in the games. I think that the 49ers got a lot of just physical, just beat you up all game pass rushes. They're going to just keep throwing at you, and the best ones are going to be fresh in the fourth quarter, and that's going to be a lot of problems for teams.
Before I say my 5, I want to go right back to the secondary thing. Why did no one mention the Bills?
I thought
They were
about
on the fringe for me.
For me, because I was gonna say if anybody mentioned the Bills, I was like, what that playoff game look like?
I think that's why nobody mentioned it.
That's all I was gonna say. That was the only
The
reason.
last result that we had in them was that. So, yeah.
And a super chat from Rob Cost. Rob, we appreciate that as always. What's up, Rob? I hope you're feeling better. Rob said, I know it's been a long time. He better be.
Yeah, but I better say if he ain't
Yeah,
feeling better
right.
by now. I'm
Yeah,
like, bro,
yeah.
what's really going on?
Rob, you all right? He said the Bills got the best safety duo in the NFL, which is correct. Top 3 corner and a feisty young depth behind him. Shocked that they're not on y'all's list.
How they
Number
shocked?
1.
They were so shitty that they had to change the
their top-
rules.
Yeah, their top
They
corner.
changed the rules just for that
Changed the rules
defense.
for them,
Yeah, their top corner
Because they
had
couldn't hold a nigga back
ACLs
for
there too. So
13 seconds.
Tre'Davious out?
well, he tore it last year.
Oh, last year. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So he's
coming
coming
back
back
this season,
Yeah. And like you said, they
coming
got,
back to
them boys
Hill
got
and
ate up.
Waddle.
They got ate up a couple times, so I can't really.
But my number 5 is the Saints. I got the Saints at 5. I fuck with Cameron Jordan heavy, bro. I think he's one of my. I didn't realize how much he's one of those guys who are like, damn, I didn't realize that you've been in the league that long and you still producing that good, and you still just like you don't hear no goofy shit about him. Like he just do his work, and that defense always sticks out. Brady hasn't been able to beat him yet, or doesn't have a winning record against him in the 2 years he's been in Tampa. That's 2 games a year going against Brady, who won a title. And he can't say that he beat y'all because of that. So I went with 5 as the Saints. Number 4, I got the Rams. I think them losing Von Miller made them lose their dot. They would have been higher if they still had him. But them losing him, I do like Leonard Floyd. I do like some of the other pieces that they have, but I don't love them outside of Aaron Donald. But I think that obviously you got to respect the Super Bowl champs. You got to put them on the list, and their defensive front was the reason why they won the Super Bowl. So
Facts.
I'm giving them that.
Mine is the Cowboys. Like Sheldon said, that's the strength of that team.
Don't blame Sheldon. Just say what you want to say, bro.
That's the strength of that team down in Dallas. That division, I feel like, is the whole strength of that division is going to be based off the defensive lines, as I had the Eagles at 6. But a lot has to do with what Fowler's going to do. Lawrence is coming back off a nagging injury from all year last year, so I want to see what he and Parsons can do on the field full time together, and I think that will help make up for a lackluster secondary back there.
Sheldon, what you got?
Give me the Saints.
At 4?
I got the Saints at 4. Same reasons I like Cameron Jordan, Marcus Davenport. Those guys are pretty strong. They were 4th in rushing yards allowed last year, so 8th in sacks. So they strong up front.
Who you got FIFO at 4?
At 4, give me the Cowboys.
I really love the Cowboys. I did not have the Cowboys on my list at all. I'm surprised y'all said that. Because when did that front ever show up last season?
DeMarcus Lawrence was hurt. Yep. DeMarcus Lawrence was hurt. Excuse me. And
that's what I'm saying. Why is it at 4?
He's one of the best pass rushers when healthy in the NFL.
And Randy Gregory played good when he was
Randy
out.
Gregory would play good when he was out, but he gone. Gregory left.
I thought he been left. I thought y'all been got rid of him.
No, he just left this year because somebody offered. He actually signed a contract with us, and then somebody swooped in and gave him another contract because it got voided. Yeah, Denver swooped in or someone.
Yeah,
but the reason that I have him there because Parsons, and Lawrence this year, both healthy, should be very, very.
Lawrence ain't been the same since he got paid.
This year he should. I feel like he's been hurt since he got paid.
My whole reason. Right, and it'll make a little bit more sense as we go to the top of my list. You'll see how I think. But Micah came in as not a question mark of how good he's gonna be, but like how great can he be, right? Like once you saw him on the field, it's like, okay, well shit, you could be one of the best. And by the end of the season, it's questionable if he is the best pass rusher in the league. It's arguable. I'm not saying he's clear cut. Obviously, I got them at number 3 on the strength of him alone.
Just him alone?
Him alone. There's certain guys in the
league. That's not a defensive front then, bro.
But they got DeMarcus Lawrence.
What is DeMarcus Lawrence?
What do you mean, what is DeMarcus Lawrence?
DeMarcus Lawrence had 20 sacks the year before he got hurt.
That's what DeMarcus Lawrence is.
He's one of the most impactful defensive rushers in the league.
We don't know what
you're right. He hasn't performed well we wanted him to since
that was a pay. That's what he got paid.
Yeah, the next year he got paid. But then he got hurt. He been hurt. He's been hurt.
I'm just saying.
I think him and Parsons will be a hell of a tag team, though.
I love to see it. Not against my Giants, but I love to see it.
That's good.
Who you got at 4, Ken?
I got the Rams at 4.
Any reasons?
Because he don't like.
He ain't gonna say. I'm trying to see if I can pull something out of my Aaron Donald. He ain't want to say nothing. All right, then give me your 3. Give me your 3 then. If he ain't saying.
I got the Bucks. Bucks at 3.
That's what's up.
And I think FIFO kind of mentioned, and you guys mentioned, like their front makes the secondary. So you
gotta have them on there.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Number 3 for me is the Steelers. Shit, Casey Hayward, even though he old as shit. But TJ Watt, they went and got Miles Jack. Devin Bush was already a dog. Like, bruh, there's a reason why Mike Tomlin keep winning 10 games. Because that defense it don't matter who the hell he got on that defense. There's always a big time playmaker. From
Facts.
Palomalu to fucking TJ Watt, like it's crazy. But yeah, I got the Steelers at number 3.
Sheldon.
Give me San Francisco at 3. I just like those guys. I like what Nick Bosa brings to the table. D Ford, Javon Kinlaw,
And
Armstead.
Armstead.
Yeah,
It's a big motherfucker, man.
Yeah, they tough. They just tough.
You got Lou.
The Rams. Aaron Donald alone, like you're saying, the Super Bowl champs got to make your list. Aaron Donald is that good to put the whole unit on his back and put them in the top 6. But you also have Gaines and you also have Ashawn Robinson. I think both of those guys are above average when you come to playing with Donald and the matchups that they're going to see because of the double teams that he's going to get. I got the Rams there.
I have the Packers at 3. I think I really feel like people, because of the lack of playoff wins and it's focused so much on Aaron Rodgers and that side of the ball, people have been overlooking the Packers defense. Like, that defense is really special. I know they lost some guys from last season to this season, but Kenny Clark's still there.
Rashawn Gary.
Yeah, Rashawn Garrett. I really like what they got, and I want to see what it's like this season. Again, you go to 2 NFC title games in 3 seasons. That's not off just the strength of Aaron Rodgers, even though he won MVP. Like, clearly it's not, because they couldn't score. But also the other team was hard to score as well. So yeah, I got them at 3. Number 2, I got the Bucks. I think the Bucks, they added Akeem Hicks, Vita Vey. That motherfucker is an immovable object and an unstoppable force. And then they got just rushers all over the place. So I like the Bucks. Shit, look what they did to Patty. They stopped Patty from winning a back-to-back Super Bowl just off of that front 4 alone. So I'm going with the Bucks at number 2.
I'm going with the Chargers. The Chargers, Bosa and Mack, to me, again, like I talked about the secondary, I'm high on the team as a whole, offensively and defensively, but especially on this side of the ball. The secondary is going to be dope. Bosa is undeniable. I think Mack finds his rhythm again because of the matchups that he's going to be able to see with that dog beast Bosa on the other side. Chargers is going to, I think, have a special season, and the defensive line, Bosa and Mack, going to do a lot.
At number 2.
At number 2.
Who you got, Sheldon?
My number 2 would be the Rams, and just Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald is just that unstoppable force. I think he makes everybody around him better. So just for that reason.
And number 2, I agree with Spike. I got the Chargers, man. I think we saw a resurgence last year with Von Miller. People were writing him, he can't do this. He can't dip the hip. He can't get to the quarterback. He can't do. Okay, but what happens when you put him? What happens when you put another dude as good, if not better than him, opposite of him? You can't stop me. You can't double team. You can't double team 2 people on the O line, bro. It's only 4 O linemen. You can't double team 2 or 5 O linemen. I'm sorry, you can't double team 2 of them.
Not and do all that special tight end shit.
You can't do that. So to me, with Bosa already, being the guy, Khalil Mack, he's a wily veteran, and in my opinion, has more in the tank than what Von Miller had last year.
Facts.
So you add that to that, it's like, bro, what do you do? What do you do? So to me, the Chargers definitely number 2.
I still remember Khalil Mack in that Bears game, that Monday night, and he came and wrecked shop the whole game. That was the first time a defensive lineman had done that.
Well, he's a hybrid.
Yeah. He was playing.
I think is he the only NFL player to be a Pro Bowler at 2 positions in the same year?
I don't know.
Because he was a DN and he was a linebacker. Yeah, it was something like that.
My point is, there's still some of that dog left that we seen in that Monday night game when he switched to the Bears that time.
Steelers.
Number 2.
Yep, Steelers number 2.
I feel that.
Watt coming off the edge. Shit, Miles Jack. They done added, man. The Steelers going to be crazy. Even though I'm with you, Hayward is old as shit, but he's still going to be a problem. And losing Tua is
Stephon Tuitt.
Yeah, Tuitt. Yeah, but I think they be fine. I think they made up for it by adding Miles Jack to that unit.
You know who's very underrated for that defense?
Who's that?
Alex Hightower. That other linebacker.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Very underrated.
Kyle Smith.
Highsmith. Yep.
Highsmith. What did I say? Hightower? That was close. You know I'm bad with
Yeah.
I got the Commanders #1.
Ooh, that's a lot of pressure, bro.
I ain't got a problem with that.
No, I don't either because
But
individually, them some bad motherfuckers.
They
boy.
got to do it. They got to do it on the field. Though.
They do.
That's
They
why
do.
I
I feel y'all, but shit, Young, Jonathan Allen,
sweat.
Sweat.
Ionitis. Some
Yeah.
big-ass white boy.
Was Payne still
Yeah,
there?
man.
Payne.
Your pain still there.
Yep. So I got them #1. Yeah, like you said, individually the names are scary.
Yeah.
Now, if that DC and I don't know if it's the same guy from last year or whatnot, I don't follow him like that. But if they manage to put it together on the field, they're gonna scare the shit out of some folks.
Yeah. It just you know what's sad about that defensive front is that they don't have anything else defensively to complement them.
Yeah.
They don't have
No
like a ball hawking
linebackers.
safety to just go get it when you force a quarterback hurry. Like they just don't have the complement.
Right.
And they didn't even draft. Okay, I'm leaving them.
That's them,
But
bro.
individually though, Ken, they do have probably the best
Yeah.
D line in the game. So I definitely give you that. #1 for. How the fuck that do that? But I already know who it is. Give me the Rams and Aaron Donald. Like, look, all I gotta say is the Bengals were controlling that entire fucking Super Bowl
Facts.
until they pushed that fucking giant when he was silent, and we was sitting here watching.
I seen everybody saw that point of the Super
They
Bowl.
pushed that man. And you saw it took everything. They activated him, and it took everything in him to restrain himself in that moment to not punch you. So I get kicked out, and he harnessed all of that.
And I'm
He said,
pissed.
"I'm gonna
As soon as I seen that,
all of y'all up,
As soon as I seen that, I was like, bro,
We went through like 3 lines.
bruh."
We got fucked up, bro.
To me, the only other person that I seen on the line that dominant with my own 2 eyes was Reggie White.
I was just gonna say
it.
Reggie White for me.
That's
the
the closest
only
you can
other
get.
person, bro.
Reggie White for me too.
That's close you can get.
Ragdolling people. Get the fuck out my way.
Facts.
Yeah, it's close you can get. I mean, you can focus on him, set a game plan around him. There's
don't
nothing
matter.
you can do to stop him.
Don't matter. You got to double and triple team him. And then when you do that, then here come Von Miller, here come Bobby Wagner. You know what I'm saying? Again, part
And
of
here
that
still
front.
come
You
him.
got Bobby Wagner. I fuck with Bobby
forgot
Wagner.
about
Bobby
Bobby
Wagner is maybe the last great linebacker in,
Oh yeah,
of like
last great middle linebacker.
yeah.
Generation, I'd say, because David is good. Dude in
Davis
Tampa
is good.
Yeah, he is.
Davis
Fred
and
Warner
David.
is good.
Fred
Yeah.
Warner too.
And then there's
Actually,
another one.
maybe
Tampa.
Luke Kuechly
David.
might have been the
Yeah,
last
yeah.
one.
Levante
David,
Davis.
yeah,
Yeah,
Levante
Luke-
Davis.
Luke
Yeah.
Kuechly was a great one. And from
Yeah.
Cincinnati too.
Luke Kuechly was a dog.
Yeah, he just.
That white boy was
He just
good,
couldn't-
Bruh,
man.
and he knew when
he was too good. Like
just
he
like Andrew
kept his
Luck.
head in there.
Just like Andrew Luck knew when to get out too.
Man, Luke Kuechly was good as
Signed that second
Yeah,
contract.
I
with
just
your
remember him crying, and I was like, "That's it."
That's it. That was it. Then that game he started crying.
That
It
game
was
he
over.
cried. He was-
Yeah. If somebody came out and said they had like 1,000 concussions, if they had 1,000, Kuechly had 2,000.
Yeah.
Shit. My #1.
Hold on, did you say yours?
No, my #1 would be. Damn, let me look back. I forgot.
Shit, we might as well skip your ass. Man.
Nah, I had it just now. Dang, what did I just have? Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh. I'm tripping.
Pittsburgh #1.
Yeah. I adjusted my list because I did not have them once again because TJ in my first book was a linebacker because they play a 3-4. So I didn't even have Pittsburgh in my top 6. But with shifting it to where we talking pass rushers, Pittsburgh to me is always just gonna be #1.
Who you got, Lou?
I agree with Ken. Washington Commanders. Young's a beast. Sweat. Like it just individually when you start saying like those names, it's hard to believe all of them on the same team. Yeah, exactly. But again, no scared whatsoever because they don't have anything else to go with it. They ain't got an offense. They ain't got nothing else on
ain't got
defense.
linebackers.
Nothing. They ain't got nothing there. They just got the best defensive line in football. So I'm glad the NFC East. I had 3 on my list: the Eagles, the Cowboys, and the
You
Commanders.
sleeping on the Giants though?
No, I'm not.
Giants got a good front.
Giants still play?
Giants got a good front.
They in the NFC East?
It ain't top 5, but it's a good
But
front.
yeah, that does have to be a strength in that division,
Yeah.
though. 100%. The Giants, I'm just
gotta get
joking
to
with you. They above average.
Yeah, 100%.
But with that being said, the Commanders, man, I think Young is gonna have a great year.
Yeah.
He needs to.
I think he got to. That's the only thing that they have as a team. That's the only thing they can rally around is being like making games sloppy in the mud, 12-9 field goal games,
those games.
where their defense is going. That's the only way that they gonna have a chance this season.
I just remember him breaking Joey Burrow. Other than that, I don't remember him doing much of anything.
As we move on, the number one that I feel like should be the consensus is the Chargers.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Khalil Mack. Been a fan of his since when he was playing with Oakland, when John Gruden was going on a mad scientist and just trading everybody away, which we come to find out was all for shit. I think he was robbed of his prime years in Chicago. I think it sounded like a good move at the time because all the shit that they had. But as you can see, it went to shit as well. So I think he's still got that chip on his shoulder for this year, especially he's in a new city, a city that just won a title, but not that team. So I think he's just ready for his. And obviously pairing with Joey Bosa, obviously they got Cuz from he used to play for the Rams. Is it Sebastian? Yeah. Him. He's a bowling ball in the middle. I think the Chargers, holistically, offense and defense, should be the Super Bowl champs, or at least in the Super Bowl.
On paper, they're Super Bowl
and
champs.
that's why I'm putting them so high on all my lists. Because I want y'all to know and look out that because last year, niggas was trying to act like Chargers ain't had this, Chargers ain't had that. All right, the Chargers got it.
They got two.
Chargers got it. They got more than two everything.
Yeah.
Shit.
with the golden boy at quarterback.
At quarterback. The only thing they don't got is a head coach. But with this much talent, with that QB, at this point, you can't be picky on that. Like they gonna have to do something.
What's wrong with their head coach? You don't like him?
Yeah, head coach play like you on Madden.
He'll beast. Super Bowl winning champion.
That's what head coach play like, bro. Like,
a Super Bowl winning champion.
Play calling is iffy, and why are you going for that many fourth downs? like real talk. He couldn't beat Derek Carr. When it counted, he couldn't beat Derek Carr. Was it at home too?
Nah, that was in Vegas, I think.
That was in Vegas?
I think. That playoff game, I think that was in Vegas.
It wasn't it was playoff atmosphere. It was a regular season game.
Oh, it was regular season.
It was in Vegas.
Oh, yeah, definitely was in Vegas, yeah.
It was in Vegas, okay. But nonetheless, he couldn't beat Derek Carr when he needed to beat Derek Carr.
With all that talent.
All that talent.
Yeah, Brandon Staley ain't good. You're right.
No, I'm just saying, though, if you picking between Justin Herbert, a showdown between Justin Herbert and Derek Carr, who you think should win?
Herbert.
Without Devontae Adams, with the team they had. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
I think Herbert, not saying that he wasn't ready, but a year or two quarterback, big situation. If they falter, I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's second year, and there was more promise than doom and gloom with the Chargers. I think the Chargers' demise came down to head coaching, play call, how you handle last second situation.
2 minute drill.
2 minute drill. I think that's where they got to get better. Talent wise, what the fuck how else can you get better outside of go getting Tyreek fucking Hill or just a dumb speedster? That's the one thing.
And they don't need that. They don't need none of that.
They don't need that because they got Mike Williams. They got big ass
Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen. The tight end is big as hell.
Jared Cook.
They got nice secondary receivers too. What is his name? Guyton. They got a couple of those guys.
So Austin Eckler.
Running back.
Yeah.
Nice
they got
offensive
they
line.
got a really good O-line now.
They signed. They drafted Slater, who was like outside of Chase. He's probably he was gonna probably be an offensive rookie of the year.
Fact.
That was a great offensive lineman pick. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. They got everything you need.
Everything.
You got everything you need. You just got to win the games.
Who's that?
Nick setting y'all up.
You said who?
I said Nick setting y'all
I ain't
up.
saying nothing, bro. I'm just saying, bro.
What he doing?
I'm just saying. Am I wrong? What am I saying?
Y'all walking right into it. Yep.
I'm expecting I'm expecting the same thing out of him. I'm expecting the same thing.
Hey, niggas gonna kill them week 8. They can be 7-1. He gonna be tearing them up. They should have lost that game.
I ain't gonna. No. It's all you already know about me. It's the playoffs. Can they make the playoffs? Because it's a question. It's a legit question.
The thing about it is,
can they make the playoffs?
The division. They in the toughest division in football.
They are.
Shit gonna have to fall their way. It's gonna take
somebody's gonna not get into the playoffs in that division, and it's gonna be a shock to see who it is.
Because they all have immense talent. Like when we talked about the Raiders, who you gonna double team? You can't double team everybody. Can't double team Waller. Can't double team Devontae. Hunter Renfro's gonna eat you up on the inside.
And I got Jacobs to get a
And you got Jacobs. right? Then you look at the Chargers that we just talked about. I think in that division, the most complete team in that division. Then we look at the Chiefs, Pat Mahomes. What more do I?
Pedigree.
Pat Mahomes, Andy Reid.
You know, ain't no more I gotta say. And then you got Russell Wilson now, and he got way more weapons than he's ever had. So that's scary. Like, look,
I ain't gonna say that far. We gotta stop hyping the Denver Broncos weapons, quote unquote.
This is the best team he'd have had offensively.
We gotta stop hyping the Denver
It ain't
Broncos
even close.
offensively, quote unquote.
He got 2 good running backs.
What tandem is on this squad is better than Metcalf and Lockett?
At receiver right now?
Yeah.
Who, I don't even know their names.
Yeah.
I don't even know their names, but I know they better than Lockett and Metcalf.
So you're taking Jared Judy and what's his name? What's the kid's name? Cortland Sutton over Metcalf and Lockett.
Same thing.
Oh, all right, bro.
You can swap them. You can swap them out, dude. You can swap them out.
You just saying that.
Nah, like DK is 6'4", or like a 4'3".
But we seen him with Russell Wilson last year, and he's good. I ain't saying that he's not, but I'm saying Russell Wilson can go do that in Denver with whoever's there.
But
we just gotta see what Jared Judy gonna be.
But what DK brings to the table is uncoachable. Like, you can't coach that. You can't coach that physique. You can't coach. I'm not saying he has the greatest hands, but he does snatch the ball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then he's arguably the most physical wide receiver in the game. Arguably. Not saying definitively, but arguably. Jerry Judy ain't that.
He not, but it ain't enough of a fall off for me to say or to knock the Broncos' weapons, as Nick was saying. It ain't enough of a fall off. Like,
I feel you.
This is better. What we looking at here in the sense of I can go here, just options wise.
There's more options.
Options wise, I'll say.
And we
maybe
know this
bar for bar, not talent.
And we know this about Russell Wilson, right? Like, Russell Wilson elevates the entire organization.
He will elevate. That's
Facts.
But I'm also saying, like, we talked about this in other episodes too. Like, they have the weakest offense out of the whole division.
They do.
But that's a pretty high bar, though.
It is a high bar, but we're also talking about only 3 of y'all at best are going to come out of this division in the playoffs.
It's possible.
Now, all 4 are not coming. Are not mathematically, yes.
Mathematically, all 4 can.
If you bet $1,000 on that, you may win.
With the play-in game
million.
now, you might get all 4. You might can't get all 4 with that play-in game. Even
Nah, because you already it's 7 spots. So you get 1 more spot. So 4 of them go into division title. So you only got 3 spots left. 2 of them are going to go out of that division alone. And you telling me that Baltimore or Cincinnati's not going to take that last one? You telling me that again, Miami, Buffalo,
Cincinnati may win that division.
But I mean, Baltimore's coming out of that too.
Baltimore,
Miami, Dolphins, Bills, like somebody's 2 is coming out of that division. Pittsburgh could come out of like you can make a case 3 out of the 4 for other teams in the AFC could do that.
AFC gonna be a tough division.
So it's a tough conference. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's only maybe 2 of them coming out that division.
There's gonna be a couple surprises this year. Put it that way.
The AFC has the best quarterbacks.
Yeah, and injuries is going
Facts.
They have the future of the NFL in the AFC.
They do. They have the future and the present. Because Derek Carr to me is a present quarterback, right? Like he's really good.
Russell Wilson is a present quarterback.
Russell Wilson, but then you look at the Golden Child with the Chargers.
You got Mahomes, you got Herbert.
That's all future. Lamar is still present and future.
Lamar, Herbert, Allen, Burrow. Who else? Watson. However you want to see that. Like,
but you got to count it though.
You still got to count it though.
You got to get your feet wet.
You know what I'm saying? But I was trying to see who was going to. I know Ken.
We got to get loosened up a little bit.
Ken, that's what she's there. I know Ken got about 5 of them. But yeah, I mean, shit. That's all I got. But yeah, that's. I'm interested to see what the Chargers are gonna do this year. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
High expectations.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We had a couple super chats in there.
Okay, yeah.
Drink More Water said the Bills had the #1 pass defense last year, and they didn't make anybody's list. And I think we talked about that.
We talked about that. They didn't. They had to change the rules because of their defense.
They got torched.
But should they be penalized for that one game?
Yes.
After 17 games of success going against an elite quarterback in Patrick Mahomes?
13 seconds, bro.
I feel you, but
name me a #1 overall defense that can't hold somebody to 13 seconds.
Shit. Didn't the Didn't the Bulls lose, or was it the Knicks lose to
Reggie Miller.
Reggie Miller?
7 seconds?
and-
7
yeah.
seconds.
That wasn't a.
I'm just, but it happens.
Reggie Miller made no
Shit
for
happens.
defense.
Did,
Reggie
didn't
Miller.
Derek Fisher hit a shot to beat the Spurs with .5?
They lost that game, that whole game. No, they were getting.
It's
torched.
one game,
And
though.
it is one game, but it's the last game is going to be with something.
Yeah, that's what's freshest on people's mind,
That's
I
the
think.
yeah,
Yeah, but that's not
But it's
a
also
real.
the toughest challenge, though.
So-
Ken. Like when you're elite, you raise your bar, and they didn't raise shit.
I mean, but it's not a one game should be a reflection of 17
But
games in a season.
So then,
okay, if that's the case, then why did we poo Ryan Tannehill?
Well, we seen that with we know.
But he was the
Ryan
number one
Tannehill is.
seed.
Come on, man.
Number one
Ryan-
seed.
Ryan
Just
fucking
'cause you
Tannehill.
lose-
We talking about Ryan Tannehill's career. Versus
But he was the number one seed.
nobody believed in Ryan Tannehill except the people in that watched the show that wanted to be Titans fans. What I'm saying is that I mean they're playing against an elite quarterback in Patrick Mahomes and an elite play caller in Andy Reid.
They wasn't playing against
I
him.
think if they lost to Ryan Tannehill, we have a discussion there.
Didn't the Bills beat the Chiefs in the regular season?
Yes.
Yeah, they did.
Didn't they blow them out, or wasn't it like?
But I'm just saying,
That was like one of the best games ever or whatever.
Really?
Was it-
But it's
I
not
thought
like
about
they
10.
lost to some scrub though. We lost to a guy that people were already putting in the Hall of Fame in top 5 quarterback of all time.
I'm just saying.
If that was Brady that torched him like that, would we still be saying that same thing?
So why you ain't having your list?
One of the guys.
I'm just no.
Oh yeah, that's it.
No. What I'm saying
making
is
a
that
case.
I'm trying to understand the logic. Like I get why he's saying what he's saying, but the counter to that's being provided from the panel is that they got torched in one game.
Because
Any given Sunday, bro.
but it was a Saturday.
Big Saturday. The biggest Saturday.
That's what I'm saying. My thing was like, y'all played them, y'all beat them in the regular season. In the playoffs, when y'all needed it, it's just was it overtime? Or
The Chiefs played
It was just
the
like 13
Bucks.
seconds.
and it was at the but
the
it
Chiefs
was
played
at
the
their
Bucks.
end.
The Chiefs played the Bucks in the regular season and beat the shit
It
out
was-
of them. And the Bucks beat their ass back. Got
But
their ass
in
back.
that playoff game, it was 13 seconds left. What were the Chiefs at? The 25 or the 30?
It was a
You
fresh-
had to.
it was a
They had
fresh
to.
kickoff.
You literally
They
had to.
completed 2 passes and won the game.
With 13
Like,
seconds.
we really and it's one of
I don't
those
know.
things. Like you're not wrong, Ken. It's just we as football fans, we literally have never seen that, and it got a lot to do with Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
But you're thinking if his defense is as good as we think it is, we've seen it all season, and they only got 13 seconds. Then how would you?
But
not
think about
stop
what you just said. How many quarterbacks you know that could pull that off?
Just one, probably the one that did it.
Well, like I said, I put him at 7.
I just think
Rob Costa said-
I think the question is a valid question.
Rob Costa is
That's all
yelling at
I'm
me right
saying.
now. He's saying they missing their number one corner, Nick, at top 3 corner. Well, they had the number one defense without
That's
that
what
corner.
it is too. They're missing that cornerback.
But I'm saying they had a number one defense without the guy. What was he gonna put him at 0? Like, if you number one, you number
Are they
one.
talking about in that playoffs? They were missing that guy?
Yeah, but if you number one, you number
Oh, wait
one.
a damn minute. Wait. So y'all penalizing them when they didn't even have that guy in that playoff game?
I'm saying they could be on my list next year.
They gave up a game-winning drive with 13 seconds.
But they didn't have 2 of their top guys playing in that game?
right,
I just know the corner.
That's why Brady came back and beat the Seahawks because they were missing guys on that Legion of Boom.
That's a
And
fact.
he got credit for that. But I don't know. I think he has a valid point, and then he added to it.
Yeah.
I see what they're saying.
So with the updated reports, what they put out, what will you put the Bills on that list?
If I change my list, let me see. Do I want to change my list? I don't even know what to do with mine. I mean, would y'all modify yours?
No. The only thing I probably would maybe
They can
Nah.
go like 7 or 8.
I got him at 7.
I mean, if I were to change mine, given the discussion about,
He made all that fuss.
I mean, like I said,
No, I'm not
I
making
feel,
a fuss.
I feel
just
you why you're saying
understand-
it's a good conversation
Yeah.
because they were number one defense, but it's just like
And then they got tore. The reasons why you guys are banging them is that all happened without 2 of their top guys.
I'm upset with them because if you're known for defense, you
They
get that
didn't
many
meet our
points.
expectations.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I
didn't.
think-
You
but
didn't.
they didn't have their 2 top guys, right?
That's fair. I
Come on
agree
now.
with that. I think just people hold that more so emotional. With me, I'm no. If I the last thing that I seen, and it's just like they let me down. It's
If that happened with their 2
hard
best
for me to
players
pick
on the
them again.
field, then y'all, I mean, it's fair.
I mean, that defense got them to they beat the shit out the
But
Bills. The Pats in that playoff game. That's what I'm saying. Like y'all,
the Pats.
No. Somebody
Mac
made.
Jones?
Remember that? Remember
And
Mac,
that was a revenge game. They went amped to get back at them for that shit.
What more revenge do you want than the Chiefs? They've been keeping y'all out since the beginning. But that pass that Matt Jones had for a touchdown, it was a perfect pass. Somebody from the Bills made a play. He jumped over 2 niggas just to get hit. Yeah,
I remember that. Like it was just.
I was like, because it was just like the ball was gonna go right into the receiver's hand for a touchdown, and he just jumped over. And I'm like, bro, you making plays like that, and you can't hold a nigga down for 13 seconds.
Who passed it? Did he intercept?
Yeah.
Who passed?
Matt Jones. Who?
Matt Jones won 11 games. The regular season don't matter, kid. Them 11 games don't matter.
2-8-1,
Now you saying he Matt Jones. Now you saying who? Who is Matt Jones?
2-8-1,
Hey.
3-8-4.
Hey, we got another super chat from Drink More Water. He said, any second-year player you guys expect a big jump from? For me, it's Quiddy Pay. They also signed.
He must be a local fan.
Gilmore. So Indianapolis is an underrated secondary.
Indianapolis, I think, is an underrated team in general. I think
definitely, yeah.
I think if they hit their ceiling, they gonna shock a lot of people in the AFC. Now, I'm not saying I don't think they're better than like the Chargers, than the Raiders.
Now, I will
But
say
think they can play with those.
their defensive front, and I could argue their
I don't know about their secondary.
I could argue
How Sway?
top
Them
10,
niggas slow as
top
shit.
10, but they
All them niggas slow.
got playmakers though.
They beat you schematic.
Yeah, I like their scheme.
The Forrest Buckner.
DeForest
Darius
Buckner,
Leonard,
yeah.
Yes.
And they got some
their
young
front
boys
is
too,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah. I'll give them that.
Second year jump. Give me. I think Trey Lance is gonna have a good year.
Yes.
Trey Lance is gonna have a nice.
I think Trey Lance is like one season away from being looked at as Tua.
Man,
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God.
But I'm only saying that because if he doesn't do well this season, because everybody you kicked out Jimmy G.
Look,
you
let me
sold.
tell you something.
Hey, FIFO, remember they sold the whole draft stock cupboard for this nigga.
Look.
That's pressure, bro. I didn't put that on them. They did.
You know. Oh, go ahead.
Kyle Shanahan is that guy. Number one.
What do he do? What guy has he done anything with?
He's been to
Matt
Super
Ryan.
Bowl,
He's been to a Super Bowl,
2 Super Bowls, one as an OC, one as a head coach.
so he's known for a historic loss, and he's also known for another damn near historic loss.
The first one. Hey,
He was up by double digits on Patty going into the second half, right?
On who?
On Patty, he was up by double digits.
Oh, you talking about the second one?
Yeah.
The first one, that's historic. It is what it is.
Okay.
The one with Patty, let's be honest. Jimmy G completes that one pass. We talking different right now. And but that one pass, but Nick, that one pass is why you trade 3 first-round picks.
Well, we talked about 2 things that came down to one pass, right? What did you say about Pat Mahomes in that playoff game against the Bills? How many passes did he have and they won?
2.
What did I say about Joe Burrow and that Super Bowl? How many passes did he have to win the game? Just win one if Aaron Donald gets
One.
held back for
Aaron
5
Donald's
seconds,
got
if
that.
2 seconds, if that.
Right.
A lot of games come down to one pass.
100%.
Super Bowl with Russell Wilson came down to one pass.
Football is a game of inches, and legitimately, Garoppolo missed that dude by legit inches. I give you that, but that's the reason why you go and trade for this guy for multiple reasons. The main reason being making the big play. They beat the Green Bay Packers throwing 8 times, bro. They beat Aaron Rodgers, back-to-back MVP. That defense that we say that the secondary and the front end and it's complementary, and you had them as the best, right?
Packers.
And they went to Lambeau and beat them throwing 8 times. You mean to tell me that if I had that same game plan, but I have the dude that could run and throw for 70-some-odd yards, I just need one play? And all he needs is 8 attempts? Shit.
Let me ask you this question.
Nah, he don't got the football knowledge though. I don't think even since he was in
He hasn't
you
played
talking
that
about
much.
Trey Lance, right?
Yeah.
You're talking Trey. You're talking Trey area.
See, like, if I'm Kyle Shanahan and I got to implement a game plan where we're only throwing 8 times, I still don't trust Trey Lance to get it done those 8 times. I don't trust him to be in the right position, make the right calls, step up and be the quarterback that I need to win a game like that. Garoppolo can do that. Garoppolo got that. I don't think Trey Lance got
But
that.
Garoppolo don't have the it. Trey does. Trey has the it. And then number two, the reason why I say Kyle Shanahan is very important in this whole thing is because he is going to put him in the best position to succeed. I'll move the pocket. I'll roll you out. I'll make it 1-2 reads. You don't have it run or throw the shit away. Like, it's not going to be a very difficult system. It never has been. Ask John Elway. Shannon Sharp was talking about this earlier. He's very familiar with the system. It's very quarterback friendly. He took Matt Ryan, which was a very good quarterback, and made him a league MVP. He took Jimmy G, got that squad to how many NFC title games? 2 and a Super Bowl. All I'm saying is this: utilizing all of the eyes that's on this stage right now. Who got better legs? Who got better body? Who got a better arm? Who's more dynamic?
Boy, this
That's
video,
why I'm like, let him speak, because this is what I was saying about the pressure. This is what I'm saying about the pressure. Trey Lance has to produce this year. He has to at least make a deep playoff run. Otherwise, they're gonna look at him like how we look at motherfucking Tua.
100%.
Because you said, the team is built around you. You literally just, like you said, that's an NFC Super Bowl title contender, potentially. Drop a QB who could do all the things that Kyle Shanahan says he needs them to do. He's supposed to be good.
What you're saying makes sense. I just don't know if Lance can do it.
Anybody got any second year guys?
Mine are Kelvin Joseph from the Cowboys, cornerback, second round pick last year. I think he really gonna step up. And Travis Etienne, I think he gonna bounce back from the injury.
They've been gassing him out of training camp.
He a beast, man. I think that he was really good in college. I think that injury slowed him down, of course, last year. But this year, with Lawrence having another year under his belt, Travis may be able to.
Travis, I don't think has he been hit by a real NFL player yet?
No, he has not. I had two more. I was going to add to Rashad Bateman was one. That's Ken's guy. I think that he's gonna get some burn this year. He's gonna be one to watch. The other one is Javonte Williams, the running back from Denver, playing with Russell. Yeah, he gonna take.
Now you can say that's the best running back he ever had.
Yeah.
Well, no, not the one he ever had since Marshawn. Since Marshawn, yeah.
And Melvin Gordon is there too, but I think that this year Javonte's gonna get the majority of those carries, and he gonna carry the total.
You got
one more. Damn, I'm sorry.
Somebody from Carolina.
Najee Harris. I think Najee gonna have a monster year.
Bigger than last year?
Yes.
Shit. He had 1,000 yards last year.
Yeah, and I think Jamar Chase is gonna have even a bigger.
I was gonna
MVP.
say I was gonna say T Higgins. I think T Higgins.
He's not in his second year though.
Not a second year player.
Oh, he's going his third year. Yeah. So, second year player.
Why you thinking? I'll say Jalen Waddle. I'll say Jalen Waddle. And I'll be curious to see what Pitts do this year. I know he had some pretty good moments.
Mariota gonna need him.
But I really want to see can he justify it?
Pretty good.
I know. I mean,
he looked like a top 3 tight end last year.
He did.
No, I feel you, but shit, he was.
And that was with who was that? Matt Ryan. Old Matt Ryan.
With nothing else. No O-line. No Calvin.
Went to the Pro Bowl last year. Yeah.
Y'all know who else? I forgot. I know I named a lot.
Hold on. Let me say something before you say
it. Like he'll take care of it.
Give me Devontae Smith from the Eagles.
Yeah.
I think he's going. He almost had 1,000 yards his rookie year, and he was hurt. I think he.
Him the ball.
But you know
What you mean?
But you got AJ Brown there too. That's the only thing is. AJ
Yeah,
gonna
the
take
true
some of
number
those.
one is there now.
Yeah.
I'd rather give me. I got more faith in AJ Callaway than AJ Brown. The team that drafted him said peace.
Yeah.
That's never a good sign.
Who's your 13 player show?
Yeah.
Rondell Moore with the Cardinals.
Yeah, I think he's gonna.
I think Rondell.
He gonna have to have a big
Yeah,
season.
he's
Ain't nobody else
back
over there, boy. Everybody else locked up or shooting up.
They need
I think
him.
they're gonna figure out a way to work him more in the offense and get the ball in his hands because they tried it last year, but this year I think they're gonna figure out a way to get him the ball more.
Nobody gonna say Justice Fields.
That's exactly.
That's what I was waiting on.
That's exactly.
He under too much. He's the 3 to 5.
bad.
He's
didn't
the
do
3 to
enough
5
around him.
nigga, bro.
That team so bad, he need another year on top.
That's what I'm
He ain't
saying.
gonna get
Like
another year, y'all.
I'm talking about, like once they once they realize that it's the coach Frank Wright.
Yeah.
I mean, is it Frank? Not Frank Wright. Who's the other nigga?
I don't know who's there now.
I don't even know.
The guy Matt Nagy. Once
Yeah.
they realize Matt Nagy
Matt
ain't the
Nagy
guy,
still ain't there. That's
he's still
that's
there.
No, he's not. They
No,
fired
he's
him.
not there.
impossible.
They
He can't
fired
be
him?
that
Yeah,
coach.
yeah.
Who they got?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know who's there now.
Somebody tell me in the chat.
Yeah, but they got a new coach.
Matt Eberflus.
He ain't gonna get another.
Matt Eberflus. I don't even know who.
But
he
I think
is.
reports are that team was pretty bad, right?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
maybe the
Offensive
worst-
line.
Maybe the worst in the NFL.
Roquan Smith said he won out. Everybody won out.
Yeah, Ken. There's no weapon. Allen Robinson was the last weapon, and now he with the Rams.
He with the Rams.
Like I just look. In my opinion, what San Fran has done with their young quarterback, what the Chargers have done with their young quarterback, that's what you do for young quarterbacks. Because I gotta know, can you play or not? Tua, this is the year. I gotta know if you can play or not. Justin Fields, shit, it might be year 4 or 5 before we really
Facts.
know. Because they're not, bro.
They don't got nothing around him.
nothing. They don't even have a run game.
David Montgomery is the only thing they got.
He's decent,
He's decent.
I like
but no
Herbert,
O line. You said who?
the other running back.
You talking about Tariq? Nah, Tariq.
Nah,
he's
Carease somebody.
Herbert.
Yeah.
He was when Montgomery was out. He played good.
Oh, I ain't see.
But
I don't even know where this Matt Eberflus dude came from.
bruh, the Bears are failing Justin Fields.
Facts.
Any more? Was that it? All right. Any idea what we're doing next week?
Next week we are covering head
You're
coaches.
gonna ask a trivia question.
We're doing next week.
Yeah.
We're gonna do our top
leave it
6
there.
head coaches. I may add another one in there, but right
Okay.
now I just got head coaches.
All right.
Top 6.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. Look out for that next week, Tuesday, 9/15. We'll catch you guys then. We out. Peace.
Peace.
Michael Harris just signed 8 years, $72 million with the Braves.
I don't blame him.
Oh man, he's so nice, bro.
I don't blame
Beast.
him.
He is a
He
beast.
is making play after play after play.
Got a cold other young dude just came up and been kicking ass too, man.
Yeah, you see it,
Yeah, he was
Grissom?
first.
Matty
His home
yet?
run.
Man.
I didn't get the